Hey everybody, and welcome this week to Bumpers and Broadswords Maximum. This is the third and final one in the trilogy of Bumpers and Broadswords that I'll be playing. The first of which being Bumpers and Broadswords Tournament, then Bumpers and Broadswords Gaiden, and then finally Bumpers and Broadswords Maximum. Let's see, Bumpers and Broadswords is a pog battling game, and one last time to do this joke, pogs were like these collectible things, sort of from the 90s to 2000s. We're not talking about this kind of pog. Anyway, now that the dumb jokes are over, you'll notice that the UI is a little bit different for this game. This is a custom UI that I did, but I stole this idea from another guy who already played this, so I'm going to put his details on the screen now. I don't usually do that, but I was like, god damn, that looks so cool, so I'm going to do that myself. Anyway, we'll see our bumpers on screen and stuff to the right whenever I eventually acquire them, and we're going to be playing through the story mode all the way through, and then we're going to play one round of the roguelike all the way through too. Once you beat the game, you unlock New Game Plus, but for now, we're obviously going to play through New Game. So this is the last, in, as I already mentioned, kind of the series where there's like an actual story to it. There was Bumpers and Broadswords 64, which seemed to just be like a versus type game, like you would just play against AI or your friends or whatever. So anyway, I think we're having a dream or something here. Here's an award we received 10 years ago for our investigation into taking down a ruthless drug cartel. And our briefcase here also on the table. Told not to bring my gun today, so we're some kind of a covert espionage assignment, so we're some kind of a spy. It's my computer. I think I mentioned this in the first game, but I like how much of the environment that there is to interact with. And this looks like our, what do they call this? This is like a ticket. My disguise should be foolproof, so we're going to be, infiltrating. Good God. I knew it was an I word. Infiltrating some kind of a something. And we've got the tower here that will be ascending. The BumperCorp tower, that, as you can kind of see at the top. Incoming transmission. Yes. Check our watch here. Agent Callahan. So that's us in the top right. We're Agent Callahan. I had a misconception throughout this game that we were actually in the top left. But that's not correct. Anyway, so we're outside of our mission, which is to infiltrate the tower. Our sources are certain BumperCorp is up to something. We have arranged for you to enter the tower trial tournament. To the untrained eye, you'll just be another Bumpers and Broadswords battler. Begin your mission, Agent. Okay, good luck. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. We're infiltrating this Bumpers and Broadswords tower. BumperCorp have a big fancy HQ building. Yeah, I guess. It kind of reminds me of Kaibacore a little bit. How can BumperCorp afford this huge skyscraper anyway? Hey, I mean, maybe they, maybe it's lucrative. I always kind of wondered the same thing about, like Kaibacore. Like, did they really make their money off of cards? I mean, though, it's probably like the NFL of the Yu-Gi-Oh world, Kaibacore. Let's see. This guy didn't qualify for the entry. BumperCorp HQ. Sign up for the Tower Trial Tournament today. So that must be the big event going on that we'll be infiltrating for. I keep wanting to say invading. Hello, welcome to BumperCorp, says the receptionist. So we're here for the tournament, obviously. I'm sure we've got our ticket and we'll show it. Compared to the other entrants, you're a little more mature. So yeah, I imagine we look a little bit different than the other children who came here. Or not other children as in we were a child, but there were other just children here. So they're introducing us to the 4 bumper types in this game. We're going to be going through my tutorial again. So the first ones are the warriors. They're all-rounders that support a mix of battle styles. And then we have the bumpers and the magic type. They can't take hits, but often have powerful abilities. That's very true. They're very kind of glass cannon-y, but their abilities are really where it's at. And then bumpers of the beast type, bulky but slow. They inflict debuffs and status conditions. And finally, bumpers of the machine type. They're all about getting more powerful over time, so they're kind of like a slow build a little bit. Now, I'm going to... they're just telling us now that we'll get more bumpers from ascending the tower and winning in battles and collecting them from like pickup spots and stuff. Now I'm going to pick machines, but we're not going to be sticking with machines for most of this Let's Play actually. But you'll see kind of what I mean. So we get 4 pogs. We've got the Scrap Soldier. If attacked, buff attack and speed. Well, next we've got the Wave Cannon. Is not affected by debuff, so if we get hit with a debuff, he won't get hit by it. And thirdly, we have the Charge Cell. Per turn increases the battler's bump up meter, which is a new gameplay mechanic we'll talk about once we actually get dropped into the game. And then finally, the Battery Bot. Once only buff machine allies attack. Alright, so we've got our basic deck. So you're a fan of the machine types. I like those bumpers as well, they say. Oh, it looks like an official is about to address the battlers, so we'll get, kind of introduced to this trial or whatever. Welcome, battlers, to the Tower Trial Tournament. Oh, our goal, to ascend that tower floor by floor and claim the title of Tower Titan for yourselves. So I guess this would be like Master of Duelists a little bit, if you wanted to imagine it like a Yu-Gi-Oh type deal. They'll obviously get harder, the challengers, as we climb the tower, as you might assume. But yeah, I'd like to announce that the new bump up rules are in effect. When your bump up meter fills up, you can spend a turn to bump up. If successful, that bumper becomes a new, more powerful form. Okay, so that's kind of what bump up is about, but it helps to see it. So we'll show that off a little bit. It's like he says here, well, you'll learn by doing. Guards and VIP battlers are already waiting on their floors. Regular battlers will start their trial from the bottom. So that's us. We have to start from the basement floor, and there are 4 or 5 floors in total, I think, discounting the ground or the basement floor. And there goes all our competitors. Yes, welcome to Bumpers and Broadswords Maximum. It's time to begin. So, as it said before, we're down here in the basement. We want to be sure to check every trash can we can, because they usually have bumpers in them that we can use. Have you tried battling the simulator? This is what they're talking about. So, like, I don't know if you guys played any of the old Game Boy games or whatever. I think I remember it being on the PlayStation. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what I remember it from. But, like, you can battle, like, a mirror duel of yourself here at the computer, and that's what this guy just tells you about. Feel free to battle against the simulator as much as you want. So, you have the opportunity here to battle against yourself if you would like to. It does 2 things, which is cool. The first of which is, like, it allows you to kind of see how your kind of deck works a little bit, but then it also, like, shows you, like, if there's something you don't understand, you can practice there a little bit with no threat or difficulty. The sofa is really comfy. I mean, really comfy. We've got a book here, an article on the beast type. Thanks to some brand new bumpers, beast users have some options. Will you spec into a poison build or a sleep build? That's what I like the debuffs in this game. Those are really cool too. So this is the save function here at these computers that are kind of spread out across the different floors and the different, like, boss areas and stuff. Data saved. All right, let's begin our journey proper. So BumperCorp has suspended deliveries and repairs for the time being. If there are any boxes in your way, just go ahead and push them aside. So now, kind of like you can imagine, we can push these around. Kind of reminds me of some puzzle games that I've seen in the GBA style. There's an article on the battling basics. During your turn, you can check any bumper on either side. This was something, not that was put in here because I asked about it, but something I was asking for in the first game, Bumpers and Broadswords Tournament. I was like, I don't remember what my bumpers do or my enemies' bumpers do, so I kind of wish there was a way that you could, look at them or whatever. So anybody who's red, if you walk within one tile of them, they'll automatically battle you. So there we are at the top. We're Callahan. We have a machine type deck. Then we have a thug. He has a random type deck. Okay, so opening things up here. It's been a little bit, so I'll feel free to give you my tutorial. We have the enemy pogs, which are in red. We have the ally pogs, which are in blue. It randomly decides who goes first, kind of with a coin flip that you don't get to see. Alright, so we can click on a pog. Let's start with the enemies here. And we can look at info to see how powerful they are. This is Mystic Totem. It's a magic pog. Its ability says, fills the battler's bump up meter if destroyed. And we'll talk about the bump up in just a second. It has very low stats, as it's meant to. It's got low HP, low attack, and a moderate speed. The reason it's so low is so that your opponent hopefully kills it, and then you can bump up the bump up meter. So speaking of bump up, in my bottom right and his top left, you can see that we now have a 10%. Like I said, it makes the most sense to kind of show this off, maybe. But yeah, this is kind of my strategy a little bit. It's a little bit of a dirty strategy, but if you can get 2 attacks off in a turn, it's like so powerful. Also, your bump up will bump up if your bump up meter will go up if you lose a pog as well, I'm pretty sure. So it kind of keeps things balanced a little bit. Like, you can't just stomp your opponents anymore by just having a good by like having a good couple of turns. All right, so we should be able to you know, pop. I was hoping we could pop 2 of them, but that's just fine. All right, so he's at 30% bump up, and you can use bump up before it gets completely full. So like right now we have a 50% chance to bump up, and whether I succeed or fail here, we can select our pog, and we can go to bump up, and this one was actually successful. We had a 50% chance of that being successful, and it was. It does eat up our turn though, which is a little bit of a downside to things, but and now that we have the bumped up charge cell, or not the charge cell, the bumped up battery max, that's right, it buffs its machine type allies. And it's more, these pogs are generally much more powerful too. But yeah, we're well on the way to win this battle. This isn't going to be very difficult at all. Okay, charge cell's ability. Oh yes, we're still filling up the bump up meter. I don't know that we'll get to see an enemy bump up for a little bit, even though that the bar is full, because sometimes, oh what, how did this happen? The enemy said there, because sometimes there are some creatures that just aren't able to bump up, like your pogs can't bump up, like this one I can't bump up no matter what, but like these other 2 I can. I do think it's kind of cool because most pogs you can bump up though, so and also you'll notice that it's sparkling. It's a rare now, this pog. Now this isn't retained across battles, so you know, like I won't permanently now have the what was it, the battery max here. I won't permanently have that in battles, but like I can always like re-bump it up like on the next duels or whatever. Alright, so we won that. It randomly selects one of the 4 bumpers that he used to give to us as a reward. It's the Ringmaster, buff and damage allies on contact. Okay. So that one's kind of like a hurt your own stuff. Get attack damage on them. So now he's mad. He wants to smash something or someone. Now, I already talked to one, but anybody who's green you can just talk to. Don't have to worry about dueling them. Those thugs trapped me in here, he says. I'm no battler, so I don't have the strength to move cardboard boxes. That's what it takes, huh? You gotta be a pog battler. Alright, and then these little blue like symbols that are kind of around you can pick up, and it gives you a bumper. It's the hex collar. I really don't like the magic ones so much. Like I said, they usually have cool abilities and stuff, but I don't know. In Gaiden, they were a lot more powerful. But this game, it kind of like takes it takes the amount of stats that all of the pogs have and like drops it way down in terms of what you can get. Okay, so we've got a sticker that gets added to our battle card. I'll show you what that kind of means as we get ready for this next battle here. So if we go to this guy, you saw the card before we started to battle. This time now in the top right of our blue card, we have a little sticker there. I don't think it does anything. As I played this game for the first time, this is the second time now that I'm playing it, in case that isn't clear. The first time that I played it, I kind of thought that it might do like in Pokemon. I don't remember if you guys remember this or not. In the original Pokemon games, they said that every time that you got a badge, it would like increase a certain stat. So let's say you got the first gym leader's badge, he would say like, oh, this increases the attack of your Pokemon or something. But it never actually did. And I kind of thought that maybe that's what stickers did. They actually did that ability, but just never mentioned it, unlike Pokemon, which said that it did it, but it did not do that ability. But I don't think that's the case. Anyway, we handily smacked this guy around. The thugs really aren't so hard. It's so funny. The most challenging part of this game, in my opinion, is not even the first, like the ground floor. It's not the end area. So like the game isn't hard from the beginning when you don't have anything. It's not hard at the end, in my opinion, when you have, you know, everything. It's floor 1 is the floor that I had the hardest time with. So we've got a huge wooden box here. It has a label, archaeological samples. The last game I played with archaeological samples of interest was fucking Crow Country, and that led to an apocalyptic alien invasion, or something kind of like that. Apocalyptic flesh-eating virus. So this here is where the deliveries get sorted. Now we have these tiles that are down there, automatic conveyor belts. They'll just push us where we need to go. Whenever I first played this game, I was like kind of obsessed. He's offering us a trade here. He wants what for what? Our Legion Guard for foul slime. Nah, I'm good. I don't like beasts. Really, I like machines are still my favorite, even though they're not very good. And warriors are now becoming my second favorite. I don't know what they've been across the different games now, but okay, so starting up here, like I said, I like this strategy a lot if you can if you can thread it in between two of these, especially if you've got a fast pog, because you'll almost like you have a very high chance of knocking out the enemy pogs, and if you don't, you're going to deal like hella damage. Like we got 3 hits off there and 1 sort of slide. So, you know, we're doing well. What else was I going to say about this game? I have, like, you know, we're going to be here for about 2 or 3 hours, so I'm sure I'll remember it if I've forgotten it already. Nice, we popped 2 of the pogs. Like I said, I stole this, this UI that we're using here for the battles, because, like, I wanted to see what this game was like, and so I wanted to, like, before I even downloaded it and played it some time ago, and I saw this guy, like, playing it, and I was like, damn, like, that's pretty slick what he's doing with the UI there, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to steal that for my Let's Play whenever I do it, because this shit's really cool. Anyway, we're doing fine here. Maybe I could show off another bump up. We'll see if it successfully bumps up. You know what, let's bump up our poison guy. Alright, very slick. So we were able to bump up our wave cannon into a wave fortress. Now, he does get the turn. It takes our whole turn to bump up. I don't think this is too powerful, but we'll take a look at it and see what it does. Machine allies are immune to debuffs. I guess that's good. I don't even know if this thing here does a debuff. Another thing that I kind of don't like, so I've obviously, I can't believe I've neglected this for so long, but our HP is in the bottom left, and our attack is in the bottom right of these pogs. I can't believe I didn't mention that till now. And our new status effect, poison, is in the top right. I guess these are kind of becoming self-explanatory. It's a little bit of a symptom of now having played 3 of these. But something I don't like still even here and now is the randomness of the attack, like how much damage you'll do, because I don't know if you noticed it during that battle, but during the next battle, it doesn't always necessarily do the attack it says on it. So let's say I have 6 attack and the enemy has 5 HP. You would think that I would pretty much, you know, hit it and he'd be dead, right? But that's not always the case. Sometimes it deals less damage. I also heard somebody, like I heard it on the playground or something. Yeah, so my friends at work were talking about this game. Now, I like saw a comment that says apparently that like 1-hit KOs are disabled in this game. So like if I have like a pog that's just crazy, I got it at 99 attack and I got an enemy that has a 1 HP, it will not kill that pog in 1 hit. But I don't know that that's true, so don't take my word for it. Just like while we're talking about rumors and stuff here, that's, you know, one, Jesus Christ, there a lot happened there. Okay, so the ninja's surely gonna knock it out. And he gets a buff because that's what he does. He knocks stuff out and gets a buff. So, like I was saying earlier, in Gaiden and in Tournament, the bumpers were just generally so much stronger, I felt. Now, in this game, I kind of like it because... you know, you would think across like the different games that there would be a bit of an arms race as far as like the pogs kind of come into play. So like, you know, your game starts out like low with low numbers, and then you're like, well, how do I make it more interesting? Oh, I know, I just get higher numbers, right? But I was kind of like looking at this game as an example, but no, this game cranked down the numbers in a big way, and the abilities too. Like the abilities aren't nearly as strong in this game as they were in the previous games, which I guess is nice. This game's kind of like one big roguelike. It is extremely penalizing though if you ever lose, because the save points are actually kind of like pretty distantly spaced out. Alright, Goblin Grot. You cheated. Now I want to smash something or someone. Hey, I might have met your brother in the last room. I think this also just says more archaeological samples. What's this guy say? Okay, I think I need to admit it. I'm lost. Oh, I hate to hear that. I see there's an enemy down there. I guess that I'll just go down there. Oh, shit, I kind of forgot. So, and I was debating what I wanted to do for this Let's Play. This is a status deck. So, I think for like the first floor, maybe I'm going to bother to like, you know, try and do as many battles as possible. But here's kind of the thing about... okay, no, there's no anti-one-hit knockout. Okay, so that guy, I mean, it might have been true. I can't remember what game I was looking at. Maybe it was, Bumpers and Broadswords 64, but at least in this game, there's no anti-one-hit KO. So you can ignore that if you're, if like you took that to heart. I was wrong. What else was I was just getting ready. Oh yeah, so how I want to do this, I'm going to play through, like, at least on the first floor, like, as many battles as possible, but then onto the future floors, I think I'm just going to play them kind of the way they're intended. Like, you aren't necessarily intended to fight every battler or anything, which is, like, I guess kind of good. Like I said, it's a little bit like the roguelike mode was, like, where it splits, like, the enemy confrontations into the different trees that you can go down. So, like, I'll go into an area, for example, here before too long, and it'll give me, like, the choice between two battlers, and I could fight them both if I wanted to, but I only have to fight one of them. But I would get a bumper from both of them if I beat them both. I hope that that made sense. I know that that can be confusing, but we'll see it soon enough. That means to say that, like, just the nature of this game is, like, really penalizing as far as, like, if you lose, you restart, like, so much. Like, I lose, like, a half hour of progress if I like, I guess die, but it's not, you know, dying. Damn, we knocked out 2 off the first turn. Yikes. I love that strategy so much. It's not even that damn good, but it's like, I mean, it's the best one we got here, so... Alright, we're going to use Battery Bot. Damn, that did not pop. So it had 4 HP, and whenever we attacked it for the first time there, it only dealt 3 damage. I'm going to try and maybe show that off with, like, pay attention to the guy with the hats. You know, HP, I guess, the next time that we would go to hit him. So he's at 8. Oh, he says, hey, play fair. Okay, let's see if he... Okay, he doesn't hit anybody. So you would think with my 8 damage, I would be able to just knock this guy out, but there he only took 6 damage. So I don't know what... the kind of, I don't know, and I really didn't even like this in the first game, because the first game at least let you see the roll, but the game, in the first game, Bumpers and Broadswords Tournament, did, like, a little 6-sided die roll, and then, like, that determined, like, your crits, and it determined, like, I think your general damage, and, like, certain status effects. Like, if you rolled, like, a 4 or higher on a certain status effect, or a certain pog that you had on the field, it would give you, like your enemies might get poisoned or something. I don't know. There's a guy with a green hat down there. I think I'm gonna... Yeah. We're gonna end up battling everybody. It says, I only battle so that we both have fun. Oh, if you say so. He's a novice, so he's not a thug. I'm not really too concerned with these guys' abilities. It's, for a basic kind of pog battler, they're not really all that troublesome, deadly, or worrisome. The boss pog battlers are really worth reading, though. So anyway, I just popped a guy who debuffs all the pogs near him, but the guy I popped him with, he debuffs them all whenever he dies, but the guy I popped him with is not susceptible to debuffs, so that's really nice. This guy is not affected by debuffs. That's tough for him. Alright, we are gonna plow through that, like, foul slime or whatever. This isn't looking good. He's got a 60% chance if he wanted to bump up, but I don't know. I don't think we'll see bump up until, like, the first floor. I don't know if the enemies just don't have the bumpers for it, meaning that they don't have bumpers that can bump up. But I think it might also just be that the AI is kind of taking it easy on you. Something else is there are apparently hidden mechanics for bump up that are equally as annoying as, like, the random damage. And I, you know, we're just talking just to talk here at the beginning, so I'm not really saying anything too critical, but it is extremely annoying because, like, in enemy, I have had my enemies win more 30% bump ups than I've had them win 70 or 80% bump ups. So we're getting a message here from our HQ. They say, good job getting here, getting to this point, getting so far. The next room should be a BumperCorp data room. BumperCorp servers are scattered throughout the tower, so there's going to be one of these on each floor, and each one will give us a little bit more of, like, a hint to what we're doing here for our you know, as a secret agent and stuff. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say. He says, oh, I need a minute. All those conveyor belts, so dizzy. I think that might be the last we see of conveyor belts, if not for a little while, then for the rest of the game. Wow, I really like that thug life graphic up there in the top right. I was thinking about this whenever I was playing. I was like, damn, the 8-bit art in this game is really pretty. We'll put a pin in that for now. So this place is obviously all kinds of trashed because there's, like, you know, the thugs were down here and they tore everything up in this data room. So, you know, we're going to have to go up to the next floor to get to the server room and figure out more information about what we're doing here. And they're accessing it remotely, I guess. So we're not doing anything necessarily. We can take a look here. It is or was a high capacity server. All the circuits have been ripped out and destroyed. Gotcha. And then we can talk to these eggheads. They say those thugs have no respect for computer science. I hope the guard in the next room demolishes them. Damn. What's this guy to say? An outrage, a disgrace. Those vile thugs trashed our data room. If I had any bumpers, oh, I'd pay them back. I like it's got an X on the door too. Oh yeah, I was talking about it. I love the art in this guy's game. I was kind of like looking. I always talk about this, but I was like looking at his other games to see if there's anything I like. He's like wildly talented in terms of like, well, firstly nailing these old aesthetics, but like let's take a look at this. This is a great example. So let's say I want to swap out Charge Cell. This is obviously our menu. We haven't really looked at it yet. But like, look at all these. These each have like a different art to them. Like this is a scrap soldier. So you can tell this is like a robot guy's head. And then this is like a woeful egg. You can see it's got like a little eye poking out of it and stuff. Like I could study this kind of shit for like a year and I couldn't even do woeful egg. Okay, so foul slime for his flame caster. I don't think so. I don't even know if I have a foul slime. So, and one last archaeological surveys or samples box. So we've got a guard here to battle here soon, right? Ah, nice. And we've got all kinds of green people standing around. It's the Legion Guard is the new pog we just got. He has a chance to guard against any attack. I couldn't get past the guard, says this person. He only opens the gate for winners. And this guy says, huh, the data room? Oh no, that must have been some other thug, not me. I'm just an innocent bystander. Alright, and then we've got, I lost to the guard, but at least I get to spectate here. I guess that's nice, so you can chill out here. Watch out for his HP recovery strategies. Alright, let me make sure, like I said, I don't plan on changing anything until we get ready to go to the first floor. So he says, you want to get through, huh? Well, let's see how you bump. Get ready to battle. He makes it sound pretty exciting anyway. I still think we're fine. Charge Cell's ability. It gradually fills up the bump meter. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so this bumper here, once only, it guards if it's attacked, so there's a very high chance that we won't deal any damage to it, but it's nice to get our attack in. There we go. That one should... Jesus Christ, we killed that one. He blocked our attack, and we pushed him away a little bit. I was about to say, I wonder which one he'll end up moving with, and he ended up moving with the... I think it's the Vampire Sire or Spawn or something like that. What's it called? Vampire Kin. Heal self after attacking. Gotcha. Roger, Dodger. We might be able to bank shot here and get 2 attacks in. Yes, we were. Energy Cell ended up healing all machine-type allies, so it healed the shield. Yikes, that one killed my guy there. That sucks. Oh well. It does... I'll say this about the random mechanics, too, is like, sometimes, as often as it screws you, the randomness of the attack and stuff, like, the fact that, like, my battery bot can deal between, like, 4 and so much damage, it does help you as many times as it screws you. But having said that, like, in a game that's kind of about strategy and probability, the fact that it takes the strategy away from you kind of sucks. I don't know. So we're at 100% bump up, but I really don't need it. Like I said, we won't start seeing enemies bump up until like the next floor, so I concede. Well done, says the guard. And he's going to let us go on our way. Great bumping, he says. Go on through. Alright, so we've got a pack here. And usually these packs have all of the, like the little boss guys. All the little boss guys, like bumpers in them. So, alright, and Steam Shield. Yeah, it looks like that's what he has. So the next one should be... Well, I can't remember what the next one is, but the last one was like a heal all machines type guy. Energy Cell, that's the one I'm thinking. Alright, so we can continue on to, what is this? The next floor, that's right. A restroom. Save your data, test your bumpers. Let's see what this guy says. That guard was so easy, he just couldn't keep up with my attack buffs. I don't know. The restrooms are kind of cool here, like these little break rooms. These guards never say anything different. In these rooms, they just keep reminding you about the battle simulator that you can use beside them. So here's an unusual article. There have been rumors lately about brand new machine types. 3 bumpers that are no good on their own, but act as a powerful whole when all are assembled. That's kind of cool. We'll see that on a higher floor. I guess you can't be complete trash if you made it here. Damn, that's a little rude. I got a cool bumper from a trade. Yeah, the trades are like fine. It's just they never are what I want to build. Also, I don't think you can see what kind of bumper it is before you get it. So like if you aren't aware of every bumper in the game, then you won't know what the bumper that they're willing to give you does. So anyway, he says, I'm saving my data twice just to make sure. Hey, I'll second that notion. Aren't computers great? I used to do that on my Game Boy all the time. I'm emailing my friends some cool sticker designs. All right, we'll save just in honor of that boy and my being a boy. All right, so here we are on the first floor. Now, I've made mention that this is where I'm going to change my pogs for the first time. Be mindful of the field power bonus. And then this guy says, welcome to the Warrior Gauntlet Battler. Your opponents here will be using warrior types, getting a small HP and attack buff from the field power bonus. So we're going to change out our bumpers. I pretty much just want high stats, high warrior stats at that. So I'm looking around and I'm keeping my eye towards the bottom right there, bottom middle-ish, where it'll tell me the type that these guys are. And we're looking for warriors. Legion Guard is a good one. Battery Bot, let's see, that's a beast. I might not have very many warriors. Decoy Dummy, I don't want that one though, trust me. Ringmaster, buff and damage allies on contact. We're going to put a pin in that. I would like to not use that if I could, but we'll see. I might not even have enough warriors to kind of deck my deck out in, but that's okay if I don't. I guess I will go ahead and sub in, where was he? The Ringmaster. And I'm going to keep the Wave Cannon because he's good on his own. Same way with Scrap Soldier. So at least half of our pogs will get buffs now. Let's see what this book says before we move on. An article about bump up. So here's where it talks about like the randomness of it, sort of. The probability of a successful bump up slowly rises each turn for both battlers, but are there other factors at play? Perhaps a level of skill or the fabled heart of the bumpers. So like, I think what it's saying there is that like, you know, these like lower stars that you can see here, they just have like a normal bump up chance, but like higher stars have like a higher chance. I guess that's what I gathered from it anyway. So anyway, because we get I talked in I can't remember if it was the first game or the second game, but like how you shouldn't build your bumpers around necessarily like a field bonus, but this is like so powerful now that our stats are so kind of low. Having our bumpers all get like plus one HP and plus one attack. So let's see, reduces the opponent's bump up meter is what his thing does, and that, so now basically we really can't even get bump up because of this thing that keeps reducing our bump up in the top left. So all right, we popped it and we hit the Squire. The Squire's not doing good, but if he's able to bump up, we might end up in trouble here because his evolved form is actually pretty powerful. The bumped up form, I guess I should say. All right, he's at 1 HP, and he just got an attack buff. Let's see if he bumps up. Oh, thank goodness. All right, we should be able to win then. This guy actually has pretty good stats. A 9.5 for what he is not too bad either. Okay, we won. Hopefully we get a really good warrior bumper from him. What'd we get? The Legion Lance? Damn, that one really sucks. It's got a really low attack, and it grows as the turns go on, but I really just don't care for it. Alright, moving into the next area, though. Maybe this guy will have a trade that I want to do. Trade our Wave Cannon for his Legion Guard. Damn, that's a tough sell, but I think I'm going to do it, actually. So let's see. I like the Legion Guard, and it's also like, it's got crazy high stats, and they're only going to get better on this floor. So now our deck is 3/4 warrior, so that's good. Callahan versus the Battler. He is a novice. So we've got 11 5s out on the field now, 2 of them that also have a chance to negate damage whenever it's dealt to us. So, I kind of want to, I don't think there's any way I can like squirrel it into the right there, so damn, we got a critical hit off. That's nice. Legion Lance's ability gets an attack buff when near ally bumpers. Alright, I don't think anybody gets hit off of that, which I suppose is good. I don't think we're going to be able to hit anything off that either. Damn, and in fact, I just had it hit our own guy, which is sort of unfortunate. We're still in this fight in a big way, though. Like, just by virtue of how high the Legion Guard stats are, like, we're just kind of fine. Now, this guy, the Ringmaster, was able to buff up the Legion Guard, though. So we actually saw, like, we're seeing a lot of the same bumpers here, so it's kind of becoming recognizable what some of them do. So I guess that's good. Let's aim up there and slide right to left. All right, we got two of them popped off, and there's only one guy left. Like I said, when your stats are so low, the field advantage becomes like such a big part of things, because the enemy's pretty well built for it on this floor. Like they're all warriors. They're all going to get a bump up bonus from it, or an attack and an HP bump up bonus. Yeah, Legion Lance, we aren't gonna be filling that into our deck. What does this guy have to say? Been waiting for ages for that platform to come back here. They couldn't have made it easier to find a bathroom. Oh, that's unfortunate, I guess. Let's see what this bumper is. The Nimble Ninja. I know I said that I'm not necessarily going to... Okay, we'll swap out the Scrap Soldier for the Nimble Ninja, at least for right now. Where the hell is my Nimble Ninja at? Ninja, yeah, because it's an upgraded version of the Nimble Spy. Per turn, buff attack if near an enemy bumper, buff attack after destroying an enemy bumper. So now we've got all warriors. And I know I said I'm not going to battle everybody, so I'm not going to do that while I can avoid them. Bumper added to supply. It's the Legion Lance. Another shitty-ass Legion Lance. What's this guy have to say? That walkway. I can't even see the floor below. I guess if that's what kind of scares you about this. This kind of looks like a little place from Undertale. Some of the core stuff. Alright, so here's what I was saying about the choice between two things. High attack or attack buffs. These guys I feel like are equally hard, so I'm just going to do high attack, especially since I have so many high HP guys. And like I guess we already debunked the myth that there's anti-one-hit KO, and if you forgot, we just remembered it there. So I think I might be... Oh, well, actually, these guys are going to move kind of slow, so I've got to be careful how I aim a little bit. A little bit to the... there we go. That ought to do it. Oh, nice. It bounces back and forth there a good little bit. Oh, and he's going to pop that decoy. The decoy is an okay bumper. I just can't think of a strategy I would employ it in. What it does is whenever one of your ally bumpers would die, the decoy bumper gets popped instead. But I don't know. I don't think it's a very good strategy. So I think I'm going to pop this Squire. Yeah, he's gone. And then we're right in the face of that guy who originally had a whole bunch of attack. But, okay, he just was able to buff our, what is this thing called? The Legion Guard by hitting him. Okay, we should be able to pop with this. No, damn. That's unfortunate. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, he bumped us into him yet again, so he just got another attack buff. Hey, that's going to spell nothing but troubles for you, Mr. Legion Guard here, because now I'm a 7-12, even though you're 11-5. Uh-oh, he says, let's bump up. Damn it. Okay, so he's a 12-6, 13-7 with the field bonus, but he does have to use his turn to bump up, so there he goes. We just dealt 9 damage to him. If he doesn't pop that guy in the top right... Okay, phew, he didn't pop him. Very nice. So we should win this, I would think. We'll see what kind of damage we deal. I guess anything could happen. Alright, we won. Phew, I concede. Well done, he says. The gate was unlocked. Thank you very much. Great bumping. So, I think we get a static bumper, like we always get this bumper, the Sword Saint. Sword Saint's okay, but it's just really not really doing it for me. So, alright, a bumper added to our supply, the Bow Troop. Debuff enemy speed when attacking. Nah, I'm good. I'm never really too worried about my enemy's speed. Okay, we got another sticker there to add to our Battler ID, and we'll see what this fella here has to say. Want to trade your Noble Squire for my Scrap Soldier? No, we're not retrading back or anything. What does this notebook say? It's an article on the battling basics. Fury is a powerful status condition, turning a bumper into a threat to its own allies. So right now, if one of our blue bumpers hits a blue bumper, it doesn't do anything, it just moves it. But if we have the Fury status effect on one of our bumpers and it lands at another bumper, it's like it attacks our own bumper. So that's something we would have to be diligent for if we build Fury, or if we get Fury applied to one of our bumpers. So okay, we're getting kind of nearest to the end here. Some of the final challenges. In an article about BumperCorp, the latest outcry from fans accuses BumperCorp directly, claiming more effort is put into designing cool warrior types while other battlers are left out. I don't know anything about that. How do you decide which guard to battle? Oh, well, whichever one seems the easiest, I guess. I've been looking at all the available data on the tower. You should encounter an intact data room soon. Oh, okay, but there's one point of concern. You'll have to win against this floor's Eliminator. So these are like the elite bosses of every floor, the Eliminator. And so, like, the warriors are floor 1. They have a warrior eliminator that will try and beat you with his warrior guys. Magic eliminator, floor 2. Beast eliminator, floor 3. So debuffs, I'm not too worried about. HP recovery, on the other hand, seems like it might be trouble. So let's just do debuffs. I think we'll be fine. I need to read what they do though. So everybody on the field just got a bonus from the field type. Debuff enemy speed when attacking, so that's that bow troop I said not to worry about. Per turn, debuff nearby non-warrior bumpers. Okay, well, we're all warriors here. Heal warrior allies if destroyed. Okay, I could see where that would be good. And then debuff own attack after attacking. I'll tell you, we can't let the left guys, the jester, go crazy while that warrior that's on the far right lives, if that makes sense. Or maybe I should have said that in the other way around. Like, I don't want the jester to die, this guy to lose a whole bunch of HP and still be able to stay here. Or maybe I just kind of misunderstood his ability there, because he'll have like no attack. Damn, I lost our ninja, but that's a fine start still. We're down, but a lot of their high HP guys are also gone now too, so that's good. Yeah, I was misthinking my strategy there, and I also just debuffed one of my own guys, which is unfortunate. It would actually be good if the Mad Jester died and then re-healed that guy there if he was still alive, because even though he has a bunch of HP, his attack would be reduced to nothing. So damn, that is not good at all. You see how much that lowered speed neutered us? I thought for sure we could make it across the field, but no such luck. Yeah, that was a misthink there, that strategy. I was wrong. I thought he did something else while I was constructing that strategy in my mind. So what does this do? Bumper added to supply. It's the Shock Raider. Per turn debuff nearby non-warrior bumpers. I don't build for specific types like that. I'm a little nervous, he says. There's an eliminator battle beyond this door. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure it's going to be fine. What's our new bumper? The Nomad Prince. Per turn, buff attack if near beast bumpers. I could never see that happening. I do mixed builds, but I just like, I don't think I'll even use beasts this run. So what if the eliminator knocks me out? He says I'm so scared. Well, I guess just stay in this hallway forever then. Do you want to trade your Hex Master for my Sword Saint? I actually think yes. I like the Sword Saint. Damn it, that's not who I thought it was. I'm looking for an Axe Raider, I think, is one of the final builds that I kind of want for this for my kind of my bumper deck. Oh no, so we walked in just in time to see somebody get knocked out. Man, that didn't look good. Are you okay? Said that eliminator, he's too strong. You go on ahead. I'm saving the data before I battle the eliminator. I think the trick is not letting him bump up his ace bumper. So we'll try our best to keep him from bumping up his ace bumper. It's eliminating time, he says. Prepare to lose. We've got all kinds of cameras around. So he's a 2-star enemy. He's got some okay bumpers. Actually, he has 2 of the bumpers I would like to bring into the end game with us, which are, firstly, the Pit Brawler. Buffs attack and get Fury status if attacked. And then the card I said I was looking for, the bumper I said I was looking for, the Axe Bandit. Once only heal and get Fury status at low HP. So, like, if we knock him down to, like, 2 HP, he'll heal, and then he'll get Fury status. So he basically gets, like, a free heal. That's crazy. Per turn, trades HP for attack buff. Damn, these guys are actually all trouble. Buff attack after destroying a bumper. Alright, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to sail this one right in between those 2 guys. Okay, so he might get his heal, he might not. Oh, he just got buffed. That guy, he trades some of his HP for an attack buff. Hopefully that doesn't end up screwing us too much. Okay, damn, that guy dealt a lot of damage there. He just has a lot of attack too. Alright, so we'll try and thread the needle here. Alright, we just knocked at that guy, but we got an attack bonus there too, so that's good. He could die to the Pit Knight, though, or he could die to this guy who keeps getting buffed on the right. We'll see. Okay, no, we lived it, and he actually caused us to bump into this guy on the right here, so that's good. I don't think I'll knock anything out. Like, I'll knock that out, but I don't think I'll knock the Pit guy out. We'll see, though. Okay, we dropped him down to 1 HP, and we got pushed to the other side of the field. Alright, what's he going to do? He could probably use his Nimble Ninja to actually knock my my Nimble Ninja out, and he just tried to attack my Legion Guards, which was a huge mistake because they blocked his attack in return. So it's unfortunate. Are you going to be able to bump up? Oh, okay. It's time to bump up. Nimble Shogun. Like I said, I would consider that like a free... Like, he was always going to bump up there. So it's buffed by the field power bonus as soon as it comes in. And then I also think buff warrior allies attack after destroying a bumper. So that kind of was destined to happen a little bit. Now, we did die. He doesn't have any warriors to buff from the bump up there. Holy shit. He just got a crazy crit. But that's fine. I mean, even if, like, as long as he isn't able to kill 2 of our bumpers at once, and we just won, so as long as he wasn't able to kill 2 of our bumpers at the same time. Alright, our battle rating also increased there. And your bump was stronger than mine. Damn, go on, claim your booster pack prize. So, as I said before, booster packs are like the boss enemies that will give you all of their bumpers. So we now have the ability to swap out a lot of our bumpers. We have the Axe Bandit and the Pit Warrior, which I know I'm going to replace 2 of my bumpers for. I'm pretty sure they can carry me through most of the game. So we're going to swap out Nimble Ninja for... let's see. Dark Knight also kind of... Damn, Dark Knight was a pretty good bumper. I didn't try to experiment with bumper, or with that guy during my last playthrough. What was his name, Dark Knight? I didn't try to experiment with him during my last playthrough, but... I also have to consider that on the next floor, we're not going to get a warrior bonus. So, alright, let's just do Dark Knight there. And then I'm going to go ahead and swap in... Let's see, I already put Axe Bandit down, and the Pit guy, where the hell is he? I know what he looks like. Let's see. Nope, still haven't found him yet. Goodness, there he is, Pit Brawler. Alright, so we're pretty good. We got the Axe Bandit, Legion Guard, Pit Brawler, and Dark Knight. And the Pit Brawler has a bunch of HP. I also think that, by virtue, the Dark Knight also has a bunch of HP, but it just didn't mention him for some reason. So let's see what we got in the trash here. It's the Tuner Drone. Buff machine allies attack on contact. Bleh. I don't care for that. Another data room for BumperCorp eyes only. So as we enter here, our like automatic hacking machine is going to hack for our HQ, intercepting the data room's network now. Looks like the servers contain details on the tower's engineering. Lots of data about reinforced foundations with a shock-resistant structure. So what I was thinking whenever I first played this, and this isn't the case, but I was thinking like, so what? Can this thing turn into like a giant robot or something? Like, is the idea that like it's shock-resistant, like it's going to transform into a big robot and like maybe terrorize the town or something. So anyway, we didn't get a bunch of information off of that, off of this server. So we can now move on to the next floor where hopefully we can learn a little bit more. We got 3 more floors to go and then some final bosses. Alright, I'm bored. None of the other thugs were good enough to get this far up. Damn, that's unfortunate for you, huh? Another empty trash can. We know what the guard will say. There's an article on the beast type. Some clever battlers found a consistent beast strategy. Distract the enemies with debuffs while you get ready to bump up, then deliberately poison on your bulkiest bumper. I don't know. I like, oh, okay. Did you find any stickers along the way? Yeah, that's all she has to say about that. I thought maybe I would get some hint as to what the stickers might do, if anything, in this game. But my battler rating went up after I beat the Eliminator. So we'll see that as we now battle people. Our battler rating has gone up. Alright, magic floor. Be mindful of the field power bonus. So now all of the bumpers on this floor, if they're magic, will get a bump up bonus. So here's kind of the thing about that though. So I said like the field bonus is worth it, but the magic guys are so weak that you really don't have to worry about the field bump up bonus on this floor. Like you could build magic if you wanted to really bad, but alright, trade steam shield for the shield mage. Fuck no, I don't want that. And like I said, I'm only going to battle where kind of absolutely necessary. That I did my playthrough, the first one that I ever did. I played through like I needed to battle pretty much everybody, and that was a very unfun way to kind of play this game. So now you can see we've got 2 stars on each thing. And also, if I'm going to be playing through the roguelike mode, which I anticipate, you know, we've got plenty of content kind of lined up. It would get redundant a little bit. So we traded HP for attack there. I still don't think I'm going to use it just yet. I'm going to send this character up though. Ooh, I didn't realize, but we're kind of like, we can get hit in a couple different ways, and all of them, oh, we just got popped. I was about to say all of them lead to no good. So we now have 6 attack, 3 HP. We should be able to pop the book. Okay, we even got a crit off of it. So now it's 3v2 where we are well in the lead. Okay, they hit the pit brawler. He gets an attack buff and fury status when he gets attacked. So he was able to attack our Legion Guard, I think was his name. Yeah, Legion Guard. But that's fine because that was a livable amount of damage. So we should kill both these guys. No, we just dealt 5 for some reason. Like I said, hard to tell. Okay, Link Sage. Time to bump up. Oh man, he's now Link Mage turned into Link Sage. Link Sage is buffed by the field power bonus. What else does he get, that Link Sage? Swap attack with allies on contact. Well, here's what I think. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to hit 2, but I need that guy with the high attack in a position to die. Also, it just dealt 11 damage to us, it said. Oh, great. Oh, shit. Okay, hold up. That's really bad. Oh, and I can't even bump up here. Oh, brother, this is horrid. Okay. Damn it. No, we're going to lose. Fair enough. Okay, I'll be back here in just a second to replay this one. I can't believe I lost. And now I can show you the game over screen at least. Game over. I don't know. Real cool little game over screen. Kind of sucks. We weren't too far from a checkpoint, but yeah, I'll go back to that battle and I'll be close to the end of it. I'll see you in just a second. Alright, we should win because I have 8 attack, but I'm not sure. I can't bump this bumper up, so we'll see. Nope, he has 6 HP. He only took 6 damage there. That's what I mean by it's a little bit frustrating how random it is, but anyway, we'll try again. Alright, we're back in a real good way. Let's see if you can get past my bump up. So it looks like he's about to bump up, and then we'll have to deal with another Link Sage, but this is just simply a 2-1-1, so I would think that we would win, but I guess anything can happen here in the crazy world of Bumpers and Broadswords, so okay, so he did hit my bottom guy, which is going to give him an attack buff, which is kind of what I wanted. I need him not to hit both of us in one turn. That would be a problem. Okay, so he pops that and then just flies around. All right, fair enough. You are dead, my friend. I might sub out. I don't know. Let's get a couple more battles under our belt before I decide if I want to sub anything out. Just because I think that this battle, our deck or whatever right now is kind of fine. Agony Armor. It equips itself to enemies to debuff attack. So yeah, we can equip our own bumpers in some cases if we put the right. It's even talking about it here in the book. If we put the right bumpers on the field that say that they get equipped to stuff, we can also equip to the enemies. Okay, so I know the path that I want to take here. It's got teleporting stuff, kind of like the old Pokemon games. I want to go on the on that right one there, and then just keep going forward. What's this guy say? Want to trade your sword, Saint? Fuck no, for my Brain Eater. No, you're out of your mind. I don't want to trade that. Okay, so we've got another sticker to grab here, a third sticker. We'll put it on the Battler ID. Oh man, he says, I thought this was my secret room that only I knew about. And then we've got another bumper here. It's the Link Mage. Oh, okay, whatever. Swap attack with allies on contact. I don't really need it. It's not that crazy of a strategy. Whoops, I guess I should show that off real quick. So we'll eventually hit where this door is, and like we can't go through it because, as you probably can assume, we have to open it from the other side, which I am not going to necessarily do. I guess I've been lucky enough not to have these guys aggro on me for the most part. Like we can just walk past this guy as long as we don't get too close to him. And what's this guy have to say? Do you think any of these spells might actually work? I need a luck potion to bring me wealth and riches. Then I can buy all the bumpers I'll ever need. I wonder how expensive bumpers are in this world, like a pack of them versus like singles and stuff. Okay, did we have to battle that guy? No, we just slid right past quite a few of them. I guess when you're not battling every single person on a floor, it's really not that bad. That was kind of my primary complaint. You can see we've got a new sticker now. Was like the fact that there's so few save stations. But now that I'm actually playing the game through, probably how's intended, like, avoiding as many battlers as you can. Now things really aren't that bad. It trades some HP for attack buff. I think I should be able to get a ricochet off here because this Axe Bandit moves really quick. Versus like, I probably couldn't have set my Shield Warrior up there, for example. Okay, so trade some more HP for an attack buff. Is that what this guy's called? A Legion Guard, not my Shield Warrior. I think I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh again. I got Yu-Gi-Oh on the mind. All right, so he pops that bumper that's been sitting there growing, but that's okay because we got some recoil there. This guy just moves so slow. I don't know. I'm already rethinking some strategies here, but I think basically having like high attack and HP is going to be a pretty solid strategy all the way through this game. We'll see though. I really have only had like one thing change in relation to the final build that I ended up doing the last time that I played this game. Oh man, and we blocked that attack. And every time you block an attack like that, it just feels so lucky. And I'm also able to bump up if need would be. Like, he'll probably bump up here. He's at 100% after all. But maybe he thinks that he'll live, or maybe his star level's too low to do any bump ups or anything. Okay, so we popped. We beat this guard that was like kind of blocking the door for the way forward. All right, there it goes. The gate is now unlocked. Well battled. Going through. Okay, now we've got a very interesting gameplay mechanic here. So we played, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, on this floor. And he says, if you're feeling bold, you may challenge the VIP to a battle. You lose and you're out. Or maybe you win a rare bumper from beating him. And just so you know, you can't rely on a field power bonus when battling a VIP. So the VIPs are generally a lot more, well, not a lot more. That's a little bit of a high praise. They're generally a little bit more powerful than like the eliminators, or like the base. They're basically an early eliminator, I guess I would say. They're an elite battle that we can have early. So that's what I'm going to do. But our reward, so we can get knocked out early, but we also have a chance to win a rare bumper. He's a 3-star enemy, so we got to be kind of vigilant of that. He's got some okay bumpers here. Copies the last destroyed bumper. Okay. And then this one says, nearby machine allies take reduced damage. All right. And then we had this one earlier. If attacked, buff speed and attack. And then finally one last one. Once only refill bump up meter after a failure. So if he fails a bump up for whatever reason, it will refill. Hopefully we won't even see him bump up, but we'll have to see what happens. Okay, so he's going for, damn, he didn't hit anything. That's really, really bad in my book. If you hit nothing in a run, sometimes if you hit 1, it's like, okay, you know, that's good. It's standard. You're keeping in the fight. If you hit 2, that's really good. You're ahead in the fight. If you hit none, good God. So we might be able to tag both these guys. Yes, we were able to. We knocked out his rare bumper and we knocked out his normal bumper. Okay, so it looks like he's getting ready to bump up. Scrap Tyrant, go. Oh, man. So Scrap Soldier becomes Scrap Tyrant. I think he's got a new ability. Let's go ahead and read that real quick. Equips machine allies to heal and buff attack. Now, that's usually really powerful if you have machine allies to consume. Unfortunately, he doesn't. The only thing he has now is that magic character. So we're actually in a really good position to win this. Like, he just attacked there, only dealt 3 damage. That's pathetic for, you know, kind of this stage of the level, or not the level, but like this battle or whatever. So he did take out a guy who had a lot of attack there, but I'm really not too worried about it. We'll knock this character out, and he's all out of things to bump up. He can't, even outnumbered, I'll win, he says. That's the kind of mindset I have. Yes, sir. But it doesn't mean anything for you if you're kind of slated to lose this battle. 3-1 is crazy odds, especially when you can't get hit even once. Oh, yeah. No, you're destined to lose. If I gotta block off, sorry, buddy. All right, we'll just slide this one up into him. There he goes. No, not that bumper, he says, meaning your last one? What are you talking about? What? That's also me being like, what the hell? Our battle rating increased from beating the VIP. And we got a bumper for winning. It's the Steam Sentry, his rare. This is another one I'm going to go ahead and swap in. He says, what? I don't believe this. That was just rookie luck. So I am going to swap in the... let me think here. I'm going to... damn, I wish I could reorder these from this screen. I don't think I can because I would like to change the position of them, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and swap in. You know what? I could change the order. Yeah. I'll just put the... we'll just... because I would have to select all of them anyway. So I got a new plan here. I'm going to change in the... the shiny ones are our rare bumpers, so we're looking for a shiny one. The Steam Sentry. Okay, that one's good. I can keep him there. And then I want the Pit Brawler and the Axe... what the hell's it called? The axe something or other. I'm always so bad with names. I know what it looks like. This is why I'm like, thank God this guy's a good pixel artist, because I can at least look at the pixel. I can look at it and know which one that I want to swap to. Okay, where the fuck is this thing? No, axe bandit. Jeez Louise. Okay, and then we can put the pit guy on this one as well. In the last slot, because I do like the pit guy. I don't like this guy trading his HP for attack. He's just too slow, and the enemy usually knows to pop him whenever he becomes a problem. So, okay, so that has been the VIP. That puts us in a really good position for the rest of this floor. This guy says, is it okay to be in here? I'm not old enough to drink, because if you look at these bottles, they say bottles of some kind of expensive liquor. Imagine getting paid to just chill and play this game all day. I mean, it would be kind of like if you got paid to, like, chill and, I don't know, play Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards all day. I don't know. I guess that would be kind of cool. I don't really like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I do like Bumpers and Broadswords, so it's empty, the trash can. Okay, let's go on this left teleporter first. I don't really remember which one of these is the one to like lead us to the end of the this floor or whatever. I want to trade your Nimble Ninja for my support mage. Fuck no. I really don't pick up any magic characters. I think I would be kind of interested just to see like what is considered like a good magic build. Okay, so that's where that leads to. So then that means this bottom left one, not nearly as complicated as the Pokemon teleporters were in the Pokemon games, but okay, which bumper is this? It's the Link Mage, and I'm not gonna battle that guy. Okay, want to trade your Nomad Prince for my Rotwalker? No, I don't know what the fuck a Rotwalker even is. What's this character say? Does the Power Titan... Wait, does the Tower Titan use any magic types? If you forget, the Tower Titan's like the big head over everything. He's like the big head honcho here. I wonder if they're viable at the pro level. What did he even ask about? Any magic types? No, I'm sorry to say, I'm a pro and I don't use any magic. There's an article on rare bumpers. Usually a battler must bump up into a rare bumper, recognizable by its shiny finish. So that's what I was talking about. The shiny bumpers are the rare ones. But it's not impossible to find a battler starting with rares. So to balance the game, BumperCorp limits battlers to one rare. So I can only have one rare on my starting team at a time. Now, I could always, like, let's say I wanted to bump up Axe Bandit, but I already had Steam Sentry on the field. I absolutely could do that. That's still legal. But I couldn't start with, like, say, 2 Steam Sentries if I had them. That's illegal. Okay. So continuing on forward, I'm sure we're probably near to the end of this floor. We just unlocked the Hag Witch. Oh, we got an incoming transmission. There's another data room near your position. Again, the path will be blocked by an eliminator. I hope you've collected some capable bumpers. Well, you watch and see. Usually ask me if I got capable bumpers. Let me show you on the guard here. Looking to get through? Well, let's see how well you bump. Alright, so we got 3 stickers. I mean, that's how you know you're a good battler, is when your trainer card's absolutely covered in stickers. Now, I was just thinking about this. Have you guys ever seen the ads anywhere for, like, stickers that you can put on, like, your... what the fuck just happened? It refills the bump up meter after a failure, so he just tried to bump something up. So he's going for an early bump up, but that's going to cost him. I was asking, have you guys ever seen, like, the stickers that you can put on, like, a debit or credit card, and it makes it look like a Charizard or something? Okay, Ghost Sword is now Ghost Hammer. What the fuck? It's buffed by the field power bonus. I've never seen this pog. What's this one do? Deals 2x damage to bumpers with full HP. Well, thankfully on your bump up, dumbass, you hit me for 1 damage, so I think you're kind of in a bad way. Although, yeah, I was about to say he can probably pop one of those guys, so maybe not that much of a dumbass. I'm not too worried about it, though. I don't know. I was just thinking about it because I was thinking about putting cards on, like, or like stickers on, something like that. And I was like, you wouldn't put, like, stickers on a debit card. And I was like, well, maybe actually you would, considering, oh, damn. Okay, so rare v rare. Good thing we're not at full HP, or we would just lose to this thing. This guy is, like, pretty much built to wipe out a good deck, and I don't know what you would call it. I'm just calling it a deck just because I'm in the card kind of mood. Like the kind of games that this is inspired by. So we got another decoy dummy. I really just don't care for those. Alright, so we're coming up on the eliminator room. This guy says, I guess not as many battlers are making it this far. So as we continue on, we'll see less and less of the green guys each floor. I want to trade your Axe Bandit for my energy cell. Not even if it was mandatory. I would just quit the Let's Play. No, I'm just kidding, of course. So there was some kind of like a rumble there. The whole tower just rumbled. What could that have been? This guy says, are we in danger? I hope not. This is supposed to be especially sturdy. Okay, so we are in the eliminator room. We've got one green guy in the bottom left. I hear that guy counters battlers who stock up on magic types. Well, he's in for a fucking nasty surprise whenever I go to battle against him. Okay, you're next up for elimination. He says, prepare to lose. And once again, we've got all the cameras kind of around our battle. He's a magic guy. Man, my star level's even higher than yours, dude. What are you doing? Okay, bumpers of the magic type get a field power bonus. So what is this? A magic build that counters magic? Gives nearby magic allies a chance to guard. What's this do? Buff attack when other magic bumpers attack. So, enemy and ally ones. That's interesting. Chance to cut launch speed of an enemy bumper. Okay, I guess maybe whenever he attacks or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter because we're going with the tried and true strategy of, oh my dear God above, reduces the speed of an enemy bumper during a launch. No! Oh man, my crazy good strategy was just nerfed like crazy there. And that guy in the back just got a attack bonus off that, and he's got so much health. So I'm going to go ahead and just slide right into both of those guys. I need to pop that guy at the very top. He is going to gain attack something crazy. Shield Mage's ability. It lets nearby magic type allies guard against an attack. Okay, but we did get a hit off on this guy on the left. So as long as we can pop him. Okay, we did pop him, so he's less scary. And I need to kill that motherfucking Shield Mage. He's already on my nerves something fierce too. I was not nearly this unlucky whenever I played before. Honestly, I was getting to the point whenever I played last time that I was like, do these like if abilities that have like a chance to pop off, do they even work? Are they even coded right? And now I'm getting screwed so viscerally here. Oh well. So yes, I think we'll be able to hit both of these guys, but we might get our pit brawler hit, but that's fine because he'll get an attack buff for it. So, you know, it's an okay trade-off. Oh, my bump up means it's curtains for you. Oh boy. Oh, I don't know what this bump up does. It's buffed by the field power bonus. That's a start. Prevents enemies per turn abilities. Oh, that's not a very good ability. I'm not really worried about that. I don't use anybody who uses per turn abilities, so we're just fine off that. Watch and learn my move. I think we're just fine. Honestly, the only thing I'm worried about is like, well, now there that goes. That guy's gone. He had a higher attack, but my pit brawler, I guess, could kill something too. Something being us if we weren't careful, because, you know, he has the Fury status effect. I am ready to bump up, even though only one of my guys can bump up. It's the Shield Warrior. And your bump up failed. Sorry, buddy, but your goose is cooked. You should have came to this one with a little more spunk. He says, I can't believe it. I lost? Oh, of course you did. You were playing against, what's our name, Manahan or something? Go on, claim your booster pack prize. So we'll get his entire deck, which is good. I like this a lot because it's like, you know, the real personality is in like the elites, sort of. Not that they're like they have names and you remember them, but they're like decks are built like a really strong way. And then it's like, do you want to build it? Well, here's an exact copy of it. If you really like their deck, you just copy it verbatim if you feel like it. So I think that's kind of cool. So we're getting all of his bumpers there and can now continue to the next server room. The calibration was a success, so that must have been what we felt earlier. The data room for BumperCorp eyes only. Let's see what these... Oh, we're getting a little message here. Connecting now, they say. Those servers are sending and receiving packets of data about a rotation. This explains the shake you felt earlier. So, to some extent, the whole tower was designed to rotate, to angle itself. So again, this is where I was thinking, I was like, is this thing going to turn into a giant robot? That would be so fucking cool. So he says, proceed, agent. Let's get to the bottom of this. Not enough information on this floor. What are you doing in here, says one of the nerds. The other nerd says, huh? Who are you? Well, I don't know why your guys' data server rooms are on the direct path to the next floor, but hey, whatever, we're here for it. Another restroom, we know that, obviously. Let's see what's in the trash. Nothing. We can read all the books here. There's an article on the battling basic. Bumpers with powerful abilities can decide the fate of a battle, but abilities don't work if your bumpers have sleep status. Oh yeah, that's another status effect we haven't yet ran into. Did you feel the tower shake earlier? The hell's up with that? That's me. I got so lucky during my battle with the Eliminator. His Spellstone got super buffed, but his own bumper with Fury took it out for me. Wow, that's lucky. Does he even have anything that naturally gets I don't think he has anything that gets Fury. I guess maybe they applied it. Bumpers, he's like, I have a pitch. Bumpers and Broadswords on motorcycles. So a little fun being poked there at Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. That's so funny, too. Yo, is Squidward's voice actor's name really Roger Bumpass? I fucking took a break there and I saw something that was like, Squidward meets his voice actor, and it said his voice actor Roger Bumpass, and I was just like, what the fuck? Okay, so we've got a sticker here we have to get, but as we walk past this battler, he's going to whip around and enter the savage world of the beasts. So this floor is a beast floor, and that guy in orange earlier was just telling us to beware of the beasts, because that's, the floor bonus type that they're giving to beasts. Okay, so he will get a heal off that, which is good, and I'm gonna just make my problem his problem with this Fury. Okay, and I just died for that. I don't think I got more than one attack on anybody, which is unfortunate. I also don't know how he ended up with poison. All because of the mushroom. The mushroom gives it to all pogs nearby at the start of their turn, so he just happened to be nearby, so... Okay, our Steam Sentry is doing fine, though. Bump Up failed. Why did you try to bump up this early, dude? Excuse me, you're not really doing that bad. Oh, well. I also do like if we take out a bumper, a pog or whatever, it will give us a little bit of more momentum in the direction we're facing, so... I don't know. That plays into my strategy sometimes as far as, like, taking out, like, an enemy. Like, if I get into, like, a big cluster. Oh, nice. He's trying to bump up again. Miasma Rage is the one he's summoning. Miasma Float turned into Miasma Rage. How about... let's see what it does. Deals 2 times damage to enemies with a status condition. Well, if you're gonna pop it, I might as well get my damage in on you. Nice, and we critted too. So he'll probably go upwards and knock him out, since that's easily where he can deal the most damage. I hope that wasn't double the damage you just dealt there, because that was pathetic. I'm going to knock this guy out while I can, too. And I could bump up if I wanted to. Maybe I will do that, because I haven't really been doing that very much. He might be going for the double combo here, but he missed. I don't really want to get kind of greedy, though, here, and just, like, bump up a guy and waste a turn while the game is kind of so close. So, yeah, he just dealt 12 damage to our Pit Brawler. Alright, Pit Brawler, show him who's boss. No, my favorite bumper, he said. I could see why, but it didn't do enough, apparently. Got a bumper for winning. It's the Miasma Float. So, oh, that's very cute. He gave us his favorite one. Like I said, it seems to me, based on how many times I've, like, had to replay areas and stuff, that you randomly get between one of their bumpers. Like, so you've got, like, a 1 in 4 chance of getting one of their bumpers. Like, if you wanted a specific one, I guess you could save grind for it, but none of these guys have a bumper that's that crazy, fellas. I'm gonna break it to you. So if we go on the upwards path here, we'll run into hella enemies. If I try to get that bumper, he'll whip around. I don't care to battle that guy down there, especially for beast bumpers of all things. Alright, let's bump, he says. We've got 4 stickers on our card now. I forget how many we end with, 5 or 6 or something like that. Okay, where to land things here? I'm gonna try my tried and true strategy there. I got a debuff there from attacking the Viper, which gives us, anytime we attack it gives us -1 attack. The Pit Brawler's ability. Okay, I thought that was something else. I was thinking of this guy, the Brain Eater. Debuffs magic types when attacking. Yeah, and there's so much magic hate in this game. Like, with the Brain Eater has something, and I think that's a beast pog. And then I'm pretty sure there's one for the Warrior and Machine class, too, like, that are very similar in terms of machine hate, or magic hate. So, I don't know. Magic needs some more powerful abilities, I think. But maybe I just haven't seen it in action well enough yet. Oh, he popped there. I was hoping to get a buff and then, like, kind of go crazy off of the buff, but that's okay. Okay, so we hit whatever that was. Some kind of a slime, it looks like. I'll take a look at it in just a second. So Axe Bandit got a heal off of being so low on HP. His status is restored. He had Fury for 1 second, not even a turn. Foul Slime, per turn, debuff nearby non-beast bumpers. Ask me if I'm scared, dude. Okay, there we go. You just saw how scared I was of getting that debuff. Now I'm the one who's scared, he said. No. Alright, we'll kill him with the Axe Bandit. Axe Bandit does really come in handy, because I can send him or the Steam Guardian up into the enemy's, like, back line there, and they'll both probably be fine, especially in terms of, like, doing damage. I don't really care for any of these beast pogs. Like I said, and it sucks with these games because I usually, if I played this game 100 times, I would probably still use the strategy that I do, unless I was doing like a challenge to specifically only do magic guys, which I guess would be kind of fun in terms of like challenging yourself. But like if I played this game 100 times, I'd probably build almost the exact same thing every time, just because I like it. It's probably not even one of the better builds. I just like stuff with high stats, at least in terms of this game. In the previous games, I have had to think a little bit about, like, you know, strategies. Like, do I bring the guys with the high stats, the guys that get better over time, guys who are good for just a few turns but then get, you know, worse over time? Like, which one do I build? But this one here, it's like pretty much like the fact that they kind of lowered the creator kind of like lowered the baseline for how strong the bumpers are that are available in this game is like, yeah, I don't know. It makes it so that like just the baseline stats of these guys are so much more important than anything else. Okay, so our Axe Bandit, oh, I was just worried that he wouldn't get a chance to heal, but that worry was for naught, because I'm going to slide up into that, oh, dragon. Well, that's what I wanted to do. He said, misplays will cost you. No doubt. Okay, so that got popped. Now here's what I'm thinking. We've got an 80% bump up. Go ahead and bump up Legion Guard. He's now Legion Lord. Alright, so we've got the HP and attack. Okay, that only dealt 3 damage, which is good. Let's take a look at its ability. Deals 2 times damage to bumpers with low HP. Well, that's not really going to be a problem. Shame that I couldn't deal 2 times damage to bumpers at high HP. I understand, though, why that's not the case. That would be an incredibly overpowered bumper. Right now, it's been between low HP and max HP. And max HP would still be powerful if you could start with it, but I don't think there's any way to get that specific bumper that it was as like a starting bumper at any point in the game. So you always have to bump that one up, which gives your opponent time to prepare for it. Like you'll never really. Okay, do you want to trade your pit brawler for an assault worm? Nah, I'm good. That's too bad. Okay, so I think we got a VIP room coming up here. Ah, yes, we do. I don't think the guard says anything different. He just reminds you of what the VIP lounge is exactly. But yeah, you'll never... by the time that you'll get that guy who deals 2 times damage to people at max HP, there's a very high chance that not all the enemy pogs are even going to have max HP. Are you willing to gamble your tournament progress? Oh my god, do you even have to ask? I love gambling my tournament progress. I'm resting my feet after that maze, he says. And then this character says, the VIP is a great battler. This game has like so much personality to it. It's really fun. Like I'm trying to think relative to like how many just like random kind of one-off games that I played that aren't just like a studio or a well-known indie dude. And oh shit, I forgot about this bumper. I love this dude's bumper. Such high starting stats and such a crazy ass fucking ability for him too. Noble Knight starts at a 10-8, which is even better than our Steam Guardian here. And he also only once gets an attack buff at low HP. Alright, what to do here? I've got a lot kind of available. I think I'm going to try and pop this and then put my Axe Bandit in a position where he can't necessarily be hit by that Noble Knight. Okay, that's good. The Pit Brawler took the brunt of that damage there, and he's got the HP for it, so that's good. Now I'm going to hit there. That only dealt 3 damage, which isn't that bad, isn't that good. Okay, he dealt 8 damage. It gets an attack buff and fury status after being attacked by Pit Warrior. If I can take this dude out, his kind of ace, oh my god, I got a crit. Well, now this is pretty much free. I forget what that guy does. Doesn't he debuff warriors? Or maybe beasts have all the warrior hate. Let me take a look here. Debuff warrior types when attacking. Yeah, maybe the warriors have like all of the like machine hate, warrior hate, and magic hate. Okay, so he debuffed our... shield guy. What is it? Shield Legion Guard. Man, I want to call it Yu-Gi-Oh! Shit so fucking bad, and I don't know why. Like, I never was a guy that like Gaia Shield Guardian or whatever like that much. Just watch. My bump up takes me to the next level. Woeful Wing. And he dealt 2 damage. I didn't know that they dealt damage on bump up. That's crazy. Debuff enemies attack when attacking. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to just... Oh my god, we got the double attack off there. Well, now that's why I'm a pro, dude. 1 bumper left. That makes it a fair fight. Damn, that's me, dude. It's like you're losing so viscerally, but you're just like, huh, I'm down to my last bumper. I guess 1v3, this might be a fair fight after all. I don't know, just to be so cocky in yourself as you're like falling and burning. Beginner's luck, he says, hey, I've been playing the game for like an hour. I don't know how much beginner's luck that is at this point. So we got a bumper for winning. We got the rare one, the Noble Knight. And this is the final piece of our deck here to swap out. I'm going to swap out our Steam Sentry, obviously, because it's a rare for the, what was it called, the Noble Knight. Yeah, it's crazy powerful. It was so funny the first time I played this game, and before like I built him into my like final deck, final hand, I was like, this guy sucks so fucking bad. But then you like realize sort of maybe slowly that how important base stats kind of are, and it's like, damn, that was like such a good call leading into Legion Warrior. I'll try and maybe show it here if I'm able to. So he says he'll go first. My beast's hunger. Fair enough. Pit Brawler's ability. You guys keep fiending my Pit Brawler and see what happens. And also, on top of everything, he's fucking so much faster than the Steam Guardian too. Oh, so we're getting hit all around here. I'm trying not to do anything that endangers us too much. So we might pop. Nope, we didn't pop, but that's just fine. You know, I don't have any doubt that either I have made clear or I will make clear, if not necessarily in this battle, what it means. Oh my god. Okay, everybody just got an attack buff. Gotcha. What it means to, like, you know, just have Noble Knight in our deck in general. Okay, so we need to get control of things here. I think we'll be good if I do a little of that. We'll get 2 attacks off. I don't know what his guy up in the top left does. Oh, my beast only gets stronger. Time to bump up to Miasma Rage. Whoa, Miasma Float becomes Miasma Rage. Let's see what this does. I forget. 2 times damage to an enemy with a status condition. This guy transfers status condition when attacking. I'm not really that worried about either of those. I was hoping I could get 2 attacks off there. That's just fine. Okay, so what's he going to do? Use that guy in the top left. Fair enough. Oh, and we got our attack bonus, so we'll see if we can make him pay for hitting us. No, we just dealt some damage. Now, we've got the Legion Guard right in a good position to block for us, and we've got right where we can thread the needle below him. Alright, we got 11 damage off there. So what now? I've got this guard blocking me in a big way. He says, hey, leave my beasts alone. Hey, leave my beasts alone. Alright, if you say so, I'll attack whatever that was. I don't think that was a beast. It looked too much like a human to be beasts. Alright, got a bumper for winning. It's the Bitter Bat. Whatever. GG. I need a new gig, he says, I guess. But I've already said this before. Like, if my gig was just standing around, like, battling twerps all day, oh, I'd love that. I heard that the bumpers on the ground here are haunted by a long-dead battler's spirit. What the fuck? I don't remember reading that the last time I came through. What the fuck? It's funny. You can look at these. It says, it's a tombstone. Creepy. I don't know. I don't remember reading that dialogue before. What the fuck? The bumpers are fucking haunted by a spirit. It's the Steel Eater. Yeah, debuff warrior types. So I guess maybe all the hate is in Beast. Maybe I was misthinking that, but still, having said that, I don't like magic. Okay, Callahan the warrior versus Guard, who has Beast. Not Callahan the warrior, but that's the deck we're running, so we might as well be called that. Okay, so we're going to get a debuff on hitting this Viper, but that's fine. Oh my god, we're getting passed around. Let's see. Oh, and we popped. Oh, we almost popped 2 of them off that. That was almost crazy. Okay, so the elephant is moving. I really, really like the elephant as an enemy, and I might be able to show you why here. Okay, let's see what he says. Giga Mammoth says, cannot be moved by other bumpers. So, no matter what, our bumpers will not be able to move him. But what that opens the door for is being able to use him as, like, a piece of the wall. So, like, there I was hoping to attack him twice. That obviously didn't happen, but that's okay. I'm going to use this guy to pop that Viper because I don't really care about his attack. And for some reason, it didn't debuff our guy there. Damn, it can't be moved by other bumpers. So he got kind of unfortunate on his bumper toss there. We're gonna, pop that guy. And up next is the Mammoth, hopefully. I couldn't imagine. Well, I mean, we're in such a good position here. There would have to be a lot that fucks up to lose the battle at this point. I mean, we've even got a bump up we can do. I don't think the Mammoth can even bump up, so We got a crazy heal off that. Unless he could bump all or kill all 4 of our stuff in that turn there, it was never going to happen. Ooh, but I don't want to throw by doing a pog that's too slow. So, Giga Mammoth, at the end of his life, couldn't be moved anywhere but the graveyard. I concede, he says. Well done. So that was that. The gate was unlocked. Well battled, he says. Go on through. So we're almost to the boss of the 3rd floor. Let's see what's in this trash can. It is the Sacred Tome. Another shitty magic one. Buffs magic allies on contact. Okay, so we're getting another, sort of signal here. It says, you'll be facing another eliminator in the next room. Push forward, agent. 10-4 off that. We'll get to saving and then bust this guy's balls. Those beast battlers. Pretty formidable, huh? I guess, if you say so. I don't know what our quickest floor has been yet, but he wants to trade a Nanoswarm for a Rotwalker, and if I was going to build a machine-type deck, I would absolutely take that. Also, we just had another jitter there as we were walking forward. Little semi-cutscene joint. Data saved. All right. So time to battle this eliminator. You're next up for elimination. Ready to lose? I like their little helmets that they have on too. The enemies there. Bumpers of the beast type get a field power bonus, of course. So we're gonna have to look at all his legendaries and stuff, or his rare bumpers and stuff. So let's see what this is. Per turn, if poison, heal self. Gotcha. What does this say? Inflicts poison status when attacking. Do you anticipate I'll poison you? I don't think I ever will. Fills bump up meter after destroying a bumper. Alright. So, I think first thing I'm going to do is just full send my warrior right up into that, and we'll see where they go from here. Okay, so he's going to pop our axe character, our bandit axe, axe bandit. I could hit his rare bumper here, and it was a critical hit on top of everything else. Giga Mammoth's ability, obviously, he can't be moved. I really like that. It's something that plays with the field is actually really cool. I don't know... the creator actually has been extremely nice to me and all of my videos on this. He's been really cool. He's said, yeah, I like the video and we'll talk about stuff. So on the off chance, I think he was excited for this video to come out too, to hear somebody play through his whole game and say what they thought and stuff. So I don't know if he'll see this, but if he does, I don't know if you've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh shit, what the fuck is it called? Oh, Duelist of the Roses. But that game had where you could flip cards over. It was like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Chess game, and on the field, if you flipped over certain cards, it would change the terrain. So it kind of what the whole point of that was to say, to set the precedent that I like that the Giga Mammoth can't be moved. I don't know if you would ever consider how you did similarly in Bumpers and Broadswords Guide, and or I guess maybe I could talk about this from a different perspective. In Bumpers and Broadswords Guide, and there was actual environment to the battles, and it would be kind of cool if maybe you could include some of that environment. I also don't know if you'll ever do another Bumpers and Broadswords game. I know that you're working on other stuff. I actually keep up with your online stuff. I check your shit once every 2 or 3 months to see how things are kind of going. What games you're working on and stuff. I think I want to play some of his dice games, just kind of on my own. And I shouldn't have waited until now to say it, but obviously in all of my videos of this dude's games, I link all of the games and in that guy's whole portfolio in my his itch.io in my descriptions, so that if you guys like these games, you can just download them and play them. It's kind of a shame how shitty it is to put something on the App Store, because I think putting these on the App Store would be oh my god, so cool. I'd pay 99 cents for, these. Alright, so they're gathering huge amounts of energy from somewhere. There's a sub-basement full of capacitor banks that wasn't anywhere on the blueprint. What are they planning, they say. I don't know, we can talk to these eggheads. I can't lose focus. It's almost time to, what are you doing here? You didn't hear a thing. Please go. Okay, and then this other egghead, sir, don't make me call security. Oh, okay. I don't know. It's in this game anyway, it's very hard for me to tell who ladies and lads are, especially in the the little, what do they call the telecommunicator thing that we have. I thought I thought that was our dispatcher, the character, and that it was a girl. All right, there's an article on the origins of Bumpers and Broadswords, but the pages are all torn out. Ooh, how mysterious. All right, so obviously this place is very empty. Finally, another battler. It's a bit lonely this high up in the tower. Well, it's lonely at the top, but somebody's got to sit here. So Anyway, I'll see you, hopefully in the next room. Okay, it's empty, this trash can. And this is the machine floor. This is actually a fucking really nifty floor. Be mindful of the field power bonus. So, same as every other floor, there's been a challenge to, you know, the battles that we have in that machine types all get buffed up. He says, here you'll be tested on your Bumpers and Broadswords knowledge. Hope you've been studying hard. Okay, so as we approach these computers, we will get true or false trivia questions about bumpers. And if we answer them right, we don't have to battle anything. Incorrect answers result in battles. Here's the question. Scrap Soldier bumps up into Scrap King, question mark? Hell no, dude. Correct, it says. So now we don't have to battle, that computer. Alright, it's a programming book. This stuff looks difficult. It is, certainly. I tried to learn it. Whenever I was going to college, I was still a little bit undecided on what I was going to do while I was there. And I was like, looking at like, oh man, it would be really cool to like, you know, make something that kind of interests me, because all my interests are kind of like digital, at least as far as like hobbies for the most part. But no, that was never in the cards from... That was never in the cards from the beginning with how complicated that is. Alright, here's the question. Wave Cannon is immune to attack debuffs? I believe that is true. Aha, correct. So these trivia questions don't change, apparently, which is fine. I didn't know if it randomly pulled it. We got an earnest sticker here. I didn't know if it randomly pulled it from like a database of questions, but no, those are all the same across playthroughs. I want to trade your bow troop for my ghost sword. That is a better trade that you're giving me there, but I do not want it. Still having said that. A new bumper added to the supply. It's the Scrap Soldier. If attack, buff attack, and speed. That was one of our starting guys. Okay, a box of various power tools. Alright, time for the BumperCorp trivia game. Alright, let's see. Here's the final question. Scrap Tyrant can equip any ally to itself. That is not what Scrap Tyrant was. And I always thought that, like, what's wrong about that is the fact that it can't equip any ally to itself, but it can equip machine-type allies to itself. Alright, I thought I'd be battling against real people, not AI, so actually people are kind of mad that, you know, these are all computers battling against us instead of real people. Alright, one more question here. Steam Shield guards against 2 attacks? Now this, I know, hands down, no, it does not guard against 2 attacks, it guards against 1 attack. We actually got to play against that one earlier, and in a previous life, I have played with that in my deck. It's just not something I go crazy about. So, the junk printer copies the last destroyed bumper. We saw that in a boss battle earlier, and now have 2 copies of that. Oh yes, we're coming up on the VIP room now. You can see we've got the guard who's supposed to explain things to us. He says, I'm off the clock. The upper floors are so empty. Who's going to catch me having a drink? Hey, if you say so. If you can afford it. Challenging me? Prepare yourself, says the VIP. He is just an expert, I guess. Nothing more to be said other than that. So these are probably all magic guys, right? Yeah, magic per turn, heal nearby non-beast allies. What does this do? Debuff own attack after attacking, but he's a warrior, so I'm not too worried about that. I think I'm going to start with the tried and true method of, oh my dear god, critting right off the bat. And then I'm going to get ready to attack that stone if at all possible. Does he really not get buffs off of himself? That sucks. Buff attack when other magic bumpers attack. I guess not. I mean, that makes sense. I just didn't read it right. I might be able to attack both these guys. No chance. But if he moves, I was about to say, if he moves that bottom right guy, then, oh man, he dealt hella damage there. If he moved that bottom right guy instead of the 2 guys that were side by side, then, he would have, I would have been able to bounce back and forth. But nope, didn't end up working out. My turn. Stand back, he says. Okay, so he hit our warrior kind of hard there, and his spellstone got a buff off of that. But that's fine, because we get a buff because low HP, and that spellstone's ready to knock out. I keep forgetting what the fuck that bottom left guy does. Oh, and we just guarded against that attack. That's so funny. Whatever his big... damage was going to be there. We blocked one of them. Per turn, heal nearby non-beast allies. Okay, I'm going to do myself a favor, and I'm going to pop that. Okay, he's down to one last guy, and it's a rare already, so he can't even bump it up. Oh man, what's he going to do? This VIP, I don't know. Our bumper deck is just too fucking good for him, I guess. Oh man, and we popped there too. We dealt more damage than attack we had. Hey, you won't hear me cheering that, even though we just won. I hate that shit whenever it's random. But oh well. We got the Holy Paladin. It's got good stats, but It's not worth, I think, replacing my, he says, you're still not at my level, understand? That's me losing and being like, you're still not at my level. I love these arrogant guys. They're so fucking funny. Okay, so this is really cool. He says, yo, we snuck in through a back door. We may be thugs, but even we have standards. BumperCorp making us battle soulless AI is wrong. So what they did, the punks came up from the basement. They like snuck up here and they disabled all the AI, and they will now battle against us if we want. Now, guess what? I don't want to battle any of these guys. I don't even know if they have like machine decks like everybody else. What's this guy say? How nice of BumperCorp to leave all these power tools around. Yeah, no kidding. I guess it makes it easy to hack shit. Now, I do appreciate that I don't have to battle any of these guys. I loved coming up onto this floor in my first playthrough. I was like, oh, how smooth that the second half of that was, or the whole thing. I only really battled the VIP there. So Bumper added to the supply. It's the Curse Doll. It's okay. It's just not very good. It debuffs nearby enemies on death, or all pogs actually on death. Nearby all pogs. Want to trade your junk printer for my sword? Same. Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to build outside of what I have. Oh, and we got another jostle there. What's this guy say? You got this, dude. Crush that lousy eliminator. So, the punks have come to kind of admire us a little bit as we've ascended the floors. Alright, our data has been saved, and it is time to scrub this chum. I'll show you why we are called Eliminators. Ready to lose? Okay, we got 5 stickers on our card versus the machine guy. So we read an article earlier about a type of bumper that gets a bonus if all 3 of them are on the field. So let's go ahead and read these guys. So Titan Buster, per turn heals any ally, Titan Fist, or Titan Shield. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is the Titan Fist, per turn buff ally Titan Buster's attack. So that's a little bit synergetic already. And then we have a Titan Shield, guards ally Titan Buster from attack. So if we go to hit this guy, then the shield will block it. So we already have, you know, at least an idea of what the kind of what's going on. Like those are those 3 that like are shitty on their own but really powerful altogether. So Titan Buster just healed that hand, and he just popped that guy. Wow. Actually, we're in a really fucking bad spot right now. Now, all things considered. Oh, man, is he going to heal? Does he heal them both is the question. Oh, man, that's no good. He did heal them both. I need to get my rare pog kind of on the field doing something, which that just opened up the door for me to do. I would love to knock out that fist, though. Oh, and he just hit the pit brawler, but that's fine. Damn, because he keeps buffing his attack off of that, which is no good for us. Maybe he'll go... Yeah, I was about to say, if he goes low, we got a chance at least. Alright, so we'll be able to pop this fist off that, and then I hope that he goes for the pit brawler. Hopefully. Oh, he activated bump up. Titan Final. No, that can bump up. Titan Buster is now Titan Final. Oh my dear... What the fuck? Destroy self after attacking. Oh, okay. Well, I've never battled against that. That is a crazy fucking pog. What the... Oh, and he blocked. No. Out of all the times that I've blocked before. Okay, hit that pit brawler. Oh, that was a huge mistake on your part, but Jesus Christ, that was crazy. Okay, we should be able to beat this. Oh, yeah, he blocks the first attack. No. I was thinking that was the shield warrior for some reason. That was a fucking crazy... I didn't know that was a rare bumper, and it bumped up to like a legendary bumper or something. That was awesome. I didn't have that happen last time. Holy fuck. Or I would have like made sure that happened in this Let's Play, because that was fucking sweet. Your bumper was stronger than mine. Go on, claim your booster pack prize. That's a shame, because I'm not going to build that. I don't want a awesome thing that just immediately kills itself. And that kills off of 1 hit. So like I couldn't even like set it up to like annihilate like a whole line of guys. It would just kill the first one, and that would be it. So it can like kill shit, but then it dies immediately. Having said that, it was still really powerful without that. I was just thinking how I was even going to beat it. But okay, so we're on the kind of the roof. It's a statue of the Tower Titan. And then we've got another statue here of a solid gold statue of a rare bumper. Now, as we continue up here, he's going to check our battle rating. We're at 4 battle rating. He says, oh, you have a battle rating of at least 1 star. Go on ahead. Here's the last sticker. I'm pretty sure that's our 6th and final sticker. Not that it does anything, again, to my knowledge. This obviously is, of course, in reference to the Pokemon games, very early gen ones. I'm thinking red and maybe the original yellow. I don't know. I never played yellow all that much. But as you would go up to the, what was it called, like the Battle Frontier, like right before you would make it to the Battle Frontier, there would be like all these not guards, but like, you know, people like waiting to like stop you, and they're like, oh, now wait just a second, I need to make sure you've got enough badges. Yup, you've got the 4th badge, go on ahead. So alright, so we've got all 4-star rating. This is the BumperCorp Penthouse, so a tower on a tower, it kind of looks like. Alright, time to take the elevator and finish this bad mamma jamma, at least the story mode, and then we'll do the roguelike mode next, of course. Alright, anything in the trash? Nope, it's empty. People don't throw out bumpers up here, boy. It's a BumperCorp financial report. Seems the tower construction project was a huge loss. Damn, so maybe failing business. Commemorative gold bumpers are displayed on the wall. That's very pretty. I wouldn't mind having one of those on my deck. I think they're a little bit bigger than the average bumper, though. They kind of look like gold records. Alright, so we have one final challenge before we fight the Tower Titan. We have to pick one of these bosses to fight. And it had like all the deck types there. Now, whenever I played this for the first time, I did Machine, but now after how much shit I've talked on Magic, we might as well figure out if Magic can really make it up here at the top. So it's kind of like a little bit like an Elite Four. What's this do? Deals 2 times damage to bumpers with full HP. That's a fucking problem, huh? But if I could get that one, I would consider very, very heavily adding that to my deck. Wow, and you're not even going to get a hit off that. That's fucking wild. Well, if I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna at least try to hit it. Okay, so now what's he do? If he gets, he could knock 2 of us out here, I could see. Yeah, but he didn't. He didn't. Yeah, if I get that as a bumper, I'm going to consider extremely heavily adding that to my deck. After all the shit I talked about with the Magic, and if I can get that as a rare, I'm like absolutely going to do that. And I'll have it replace what was my best bumper. Now, the only thing that kind of comes as a caveat with that is obviously the fact that, like, if we don't have a full HP thing, it's not going to be that strong. But, nah, I mean, what can you do? I can't think going into the end game here when that wouldn't ever be the case, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so we mopped the floor with this Magic guy. Outside of his big, crazy, strong guy, there really wasn't much else to him. Okay, the gate was unlocked. Go on ahead, Battler. The Titan is waiting. So you could battle all these guys if you wanted to. Bumper added to supply. It's the Ghost Hammer. Abso-fucking-lutely. Well, let me see what it's... Wait, can I see what its stats are? Let's see. I'm still going to replace here because, I don't know. I've talked so much about it, but I'll bring it into the Titan battle. Looking here for the legendary. I'm just looking for the Sheen. Nope, Link Sage. Where the hell is this Titan Hammer? No. Or what was it called? Not the time aspect. Good golly, it's always at the bottom. Ghost Hammer. And there's the Titan Buster. Okay, I'm interested to see. I can't remember what stats it starts with, but I'm sure they're good. Incoming transmission. One last transmission. Agent, we've come too far now to falter. Whoever is waiting in the next room, the Tower Titan, they must be stopped. Okay, crush them, he says. Alright, I'll be there soon, says our handler, which is weird. I'll be there soon. What the fuck? Was that part of the plan? Alright, so here we are. We've got warning signs all over the place, so I don't know what that's about just yet. Agent Callahan, they say, I was not expecting you to be my challenger of all people. I suppose it was you who defeated each of my eliminators. Well, that would be a good guess. I know all about who you are and your mission. Don't worry, I won't have you thrown out of my tower. In fact, I'm excited to battle you. But before that, have you been enjoying the Tower Trial Tournament? I would say yes, generally. He says, I'm glad battlers from across the country bumping their hardest, expending all that energy. He asks us like some questions here. Have you been watching the sky recently? And then he says, like, do you remember that blinking star at the very beginning of this game? All things being told, no, I didn't remember that. Focus on the mission, eh? He says, admirable, but you should be more aware of your surroundings. Alright, my final question. I know you've been receiving orders via a transmitter. Have you ever met your boss in person, face to face? No, not yet, anyway. I thought as much. It all makes sense now. You were sent here to sabotage us. Well, let's not stand on ceremony. It's time for the main event. Prepare your bumpers. Okay, so we'll battle the Tower Titan, and his specialty is negate ability. He doesn't look too tough. So we've got 6. We've got 6 attack. Damn, that'll deal a lot of damage to this guy, but it just like won't kill him probably. So here's what his ace does: prevents enemies per turn abilities. We've already ran into that once. All right, let's kind of slide into things here. This is going to be a crazy ace for us. So we dealt double the damage to him. We're kind of, now waiting on our next turn. Ah, yes, he debuffs warrior types. Yeah, I can't believe I'm kind of going into the end game here with a magic bumper of all things. But hey, what can you do? This is going to make so much of this absolutely free. Uh-oh. I don't know that this bumper was a good idea to include. What the fuck? Okay, junk printer turns into that thing we just popped. And I don't know if that's full HP or not. Well, it'll be interesting whenever we go to slide into him if that's considered full HP. We'll see. Okay, it was Ghost Hammer's ability, double damage on full HP monsters. So it did work out after all. I think we're all good. We can kill that guy really without any trouble. Axe Bandit heals up. Unfortunately, he does not get an attack bonus whenever he heals up. So, all right. There we go. We just wiped out the Tower Titan. It was just that easy to champion. You imagine if Kaiba lost like handily, like he didn't even fucking lose any life points at all. So we knocked him out. We destroyed the table of all things. He says, did we generate enough battle energy? At least now I can take off this stupid anime costume. And turns out he was a science nerd all along. I'm just a BumperCorp executive. To tell you the truth, I was never much of a battler, so he sucks anyway. Then he calls for, sir, energy levels are in the green. That last battle did it. So we actually get a pretty cool animation coming here. It says, fire the tower cannon now, blast it out of the sky. Yes, sir, starting the countdown. In tower angles looking good. We're all aimed up here. Adjusting for Coriolis force. I don't know what that is. 3, 2, 1, boom. So now I think we get a very slick fucking animation here. So whatever that was in the sky just got a crack in it. I thought there was more to that animation. Maybe when we go outside. Wait, it's still coming. So they fired something at something that was in the sky. I guess you're the new Tower Titan, so we need your help. We just got promoted. Thank you. Assemble your strongest bumpers and follow me. All right, so we get a pack of his bumpers up here in the top right. So at least now we know what the warning screen's about. You can see like the planet Earth, and you can see like the whatever that thing is that's kind of coming in slowly. And it turns out that one of the executives was the Tower Titan, and also they were generating battle. Like they had that event today so that they could generate energy to prepare this gun to fire at whatever that was in the sky. Okay, we got a woeful wing. That's fine. I like these guys. They're kind of funny. They're like, no sudden moves, understand? Like what am I going to do? Like, do you think I just brought a gun up to this? Now, granted, we saw a gun at the beginning of this game, but like, why would I come all the way up here just to kill him, I guess? So we got a transmission coming in, and it says Callahan. Ooh, how eerie. I guess, oh, nice, we get a save spot, too. I didn't realize that, so if this is a shitty deck, we'll know, and I can fix it without too much backtracking. A report from the R&D division. Cargo from Egypt excavated without issue. So that was that stuff that we saw down in the basement. Those boxes that were full of, like, geological samples. I really don't get paid enough for this, says that executive or whatever. I don't think that's the same guy, but I'm not sure. I think the nerd had glasses on. That guy had sunglasses, so that's how you know he's cool. All right, so it descends here. It's a little face. It says, this guy says, this is the creature that's been giving you orders to spy on us so it could learn about our tower cannon and could stop us. So we've been working for the bad guys. They call it the primal bump. Most people think we invented bumpers and broadswords, but the truth is bumpers were given to mankind by this being. So basically, that book we found earlier on the origins of it, this thing gave bumpers to people in Egypt, and then like they're kind of recreating the game, very similar to the story of Yu-Gi-Oh, where like I don't think there were beings that gave. This is the animation I was talking about, the Eye of Ra up in the top right, and that bumper and shit. That's a very slick animation. It kind of comes and goes just a little too quick. Even the first time I played this, I was like, damn, I wish I could look at it a little longer. All right, Callahan, our new Tower Titan. You're our only hope now. You have to battle against this primal bumper. Ooh, and we got a primal growl there. Primal bumper, the cosmic power. All right. Well, it's up to us to win and, save the world, I guess. Its bumpers all get a one-time power boost, and bump up success rate is sharply increased. All right, so he's starting off strong there, coming right in. We get a heal, though, so that's not too bad. Let's see what everybody does. So this is the Star Shield. Nearby cosmic allies take reduced damage. Okay, that's important to know. Once only removes enemy's ability. Maybe whenever it attacks. And these are all cosmic bumpers. I think outside of the first game, this is the first time. No, that's probably not true, because I think there's been a fifth type of bumper in every game. The first game had the gods. The second game, I think, had some question mark stuff. I can't remember, though. Heal after destroying a bumper. That's called the Star Strike. Alright, so we have to do very well here. I'm sure we could pop a bumper, though. Okay, yep, we popped. And if we could hit, oh my god, that would be nice. Okay, we did hit. Ghost Hammer's ability dealt double damage. And we're all primed and ready to go for another hit if we're able to. So it removes an enemy's ability after attacking. So we no longer get the double damage, but that's okay. I'm going to, I guess, just kind of aim like that. Hey, it worked out. We still have pretty much all our pogs, and we could do a bump up if need would be. Like, not right now, obviously, but like by the time that, bump up would be necessary, we could do it. And it looks like his bump up meter is crawling very quickly. We're at 50%, he's at 70%, and I think he just has a passive ability that gives him 10% more. But we have been popping his stuff, so maybe it just means a general chance. So we're getting an incoming transmission here from the head. Callahan. How eerie. One more bump. One more battle. So we've got here, this is for sure the final battle. Watch out, Callahan, it's not over yet. Okay, we gotta fight him one more time while I think he gets even better bumpers. They get an attack and HP bonus, and then, whoa, he's already starting off with a bump up, it seems. Okay, what all we got here? Star Leech, once only debuff all enemies. Yikes. Buff cosmic ally on contact. Okay, maybe. Oh, that was called a cosmic seed. Or a star seed. That's a cool name for it. Star shield. Kind of interesting that they gave us the ability, this creature gave us the ability to, like, bump. Like, gave humans the ability to bump. And then we're, like, gonna stop it with that ability, I guess, from destroying Earth. We started off a little too strong there. We were able to pop 2 bumpers on the first turn. But whoa, he just bumped up. Star Leech is now Star Dragon. Holy shit. Per turn, drain cosmic allies for HP and attack. This guy is crazy strong. Okay, we just dealt 7 damage because he gets crazy high stat buffs and like he can just keep draining his allies. I need to kill that thing yesterday. Okay, I don't think we'll get the double damage, no, because that considers like a minus instead of like a minus to max HP. Okay, now that he won't get any more buffs though, I think we're fine to kill him. Like, if he, for whatever reason, could throw out more enemies, we would be in trouble. But, yeah, he gets, like, so he'll, like, minus the enemy for, like, -2, -1, or something, like, -2 HP, -1 attack, and then he'll give himself, like, +3 HP, +3 attack. It's crazy OP, but he needs to be, because we are crazy OP ourselves. He just lost. This big-ass planet that gave us the ability to bump just lost, and I don't know, lost at his own game. Damn, and it blew completely up. I don't I don't really understand its motivations, but this is a real simple game, so he just called us, he's like, Callahan, no, wait, Tower Titan, it's over. By putting your faith in the heart of the bumpers, you've saved us all. Wow, how sweet and endearing. And that was at least the main story, Bumpers and Broadswords Maximum. Now, I did promise that we will be doing the roguelike mode too. We've got the end here, and now that we've done this, we've beaten the game entirely through. Can't believe that, yeah, I did lose a couple times on the magic floor of all things. As much shit as I talked about magic, and I lost on the magic floor, and I ended up using a magic bumper. What a world. Now we've unlocked New Game Plus, but instead we're going down to roguelike. While I'm scrolling down here, versus mode is just like like a 1v1 mode against like your buddies or whatever, the controller actually doesn't work for it, which was kind of odd for me because I played this game with a controller. I don't know that I've mentioned. Anyway, we're opening up here on the roguelike mode. It opens very similarly to the story in that we have to select one of the decks. I'm going to make sure that we're getting the correct deck here. How's it bumping, Battler? Choose which bumpers to take with you in your roguelike mode run. From left to right, you have Warrior, Magic, Beast, and Machine. Now, I have always got a rep Machine, of course, as it's always been one of my favorites. So, Bumper added to the supply, and I think this just starts us with the same Machine build that we started with before. And I'll change it to my liking, of course, but I'm satisfied with the deck itself. It was pretty powerful, so who knows what you'll get in each run. It's so exciting. So obviously it's the roguelike mode. It's going to have roguelike elements. In my last run, I faced a guy who looked just like me. It was freaky. That is kind of funny. I'm going to be showing off, at least to my knowledge, everything that we can kind of do, like all the encounters and stuff. So, and this is 4 floors at least. It's funny, I have not actually beaten roguelike mode, so we'll be doing that together here for the first time. Feeling lucky, want to trade your bumpers with me? This guy appears at the beginning of every run apparently, and he'll just shuffle your bumpers. If I wasn't so sure that we would get all bumpers that are worse than what we have, I would totally do that. Okay, so I'm looking at which way to select first. I think I'm going to pick the right side so I can show off a couple of things actually. As before, I'm not going to be taking any unnecessary battles, but I still am going to be picking up as many bumpers as I can, just so that we have more variety in our deck, and if I get a good one, you know, why wouldn't I grab it? So we have our first battle of the roguelike run here. I do think it takes a little bit kind of to warm up into the difficulty of the thing, so that's really good for us. I'm going to send this up to the top left. It looks like this is a beast-heavy floor, maybe. I think this is the floor for beasts. Nano Swarm's ability. I was talking about this pog earlier. This is the one, the Nano Swarm that guy tried to trade us at the end of the game there. Yikes, they really hurt us bad there. Popped our pog. It automatically heals itself every turn, so... Alright, all our machine-type allies got a buff there. Alright, we just popped the ninja, and the Nano Swarm got itself healed. Damn, that's a really, really powerful... If you can manage to keep it on the field, that's so strong. I don't know, I guess I would have to have a little bit more than just a bumper that can stay on the field for me to use it, but if I had it, I would probably swap it out for something. I'm not sure, I would have to think harder about it, but I'm not going to hurt my brain thinking about it. You know how hard it is for me to have a thought. I'm not going to think too hard about what I would swap here now. I don't know if that can bump up, but Jesus Christ, if it can, it's going to be a nightmare. Okay, he keeps bouncing back and forth. Man, maybe I should bump something of mine up. Yeah, I guess I better, or else we might end up in trouble. Now, on the flip side, he can also... I mean, I would assume he could bump up. I don't know what that thing bumps up into, but if it bumps up at all, still unconfirmed. What's this thing's ability? Equips machine allies to heal and buff attack. That's that bumper that we got that quiz about earlier. Alright, and we were able to pop there, thankfully. No, he hollers. Alright, so we have got one more bumper... or one more battle to do before I think we get this like roguelike node is over. We'll collect this bumper here also. It's the Nimble Spy. Nimble Spy and Nimble Ninja are both alright, but of course I like their rare version a little bit more. You kill and buff all your allies. That's a really good one to send to the back lines. No, this is the warrior field. I wanted to be sure that I paid attention and saw. Okay, so not beasts, but warriors. Okay, we killed the guy on the right, and Jesus, we killed slot 2 and 3 there. That was crazy. Get an attack buff when near enemy bumpers. Well, just pop that motherfucker, why don't you? We'll see if you get it though. Yep, you managed to. GG. We keep building the bumper, or the bump up meter. I'm not too worried about the mushroom. Really, I'm not worried about either of those guys. That guy just popped. I dealt more damage than my attack was. I hate that so much. Even when it works in my favor, it's just like, I don't know why. But it's been a thing that's been in all 3 games now, I think. So I don't remember the second game being nearly that big of a that big of a problem. Man, he bounced it into my back wall, and then it bounced back and hit him. So, all right, that is that. We won there. Which bumper did we get from him? Mad Jester, the shittiest one that he had. Congratulations. So I want to show something here real quick that's kind of cool. You're not actually completely locked into these two decisions here on the right like you might think you are. You can actually move the box. You're locked out of the leftmost or the rightmost one, but I don't know what this does. I think this is a trade maybe. I'm not going to trade. I want to trade your wave cannon for my blight larva. Nah, sorry. I do want to just show all these off because, you know, I don't know. This is kind of like a comprehensive playthrough at this point almost, so even though I'm not battling everybody. So obviously, you could probably assume that we would battle this guy. This here is a bumper. I'm not sure if it's a particularly good one or not. Bumper added to supply, it's the wolf egg. Now, this note is in every one of these bumper pickups. He says, be right back, watch my favorite bumper while I'm gone. I don't think it's particularly powerful or anything. Yeah, it's just a brain eater. What does this guy have to say? That bumper on the table, it's not right to steal, but I kind of got over the moral implication of it whenever I was playing before, because I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. Okay, this might be a magic floor. No, it's a beast floor. I should have known because of the tombstone nearby. I'll take this bumper here, a miasma flow. It's a shame we've gotten like a lot of mediocre bumpers, but none of the ones that I like particularly want to use. So, I'm looking. The first thing I do whenever I load in, or like we get loaded in here, is like analyze kind of the field and see how it's going. Alright, so we all got our machine buff. I can cause the goblin to fall asleep if I can bank shot that. And it still didn't even quite do what I wanted it to there. Alright, Hag Witch's ability converts beast allies into magic allies. Huh. Alright, nope, the goblin did get to sleep there, so he now does not deal damage until he wakes up. So I don't know what the fuck he's turning my way for. He also moves way too fucking slow to do anything. Alright, we'll do a little kind of like a bank shot here. Oh, we popped them both. That's crazy. Alright, Legion Lance, you're running low on HP. He gets an attack buff whenever he's near allies. Maybe that wouldn't be a half bad one to just slot in a space that isn't going to move, kind of like where Charge Cell is at. My only contention with that is like, I mean, I don't know. I like Charge Cell. It charges up our bump up meter. Like, even though we've been destroying his stuff, our bump up meter is nearly comparable with his. So, you know, Charge Cell isn't that bad on the whole. And then, like, I don't like the fact that that little warrior guy doesn't have like the best health or the best starting attack or anything, so I don't know. I don't like that strategy. I don't like him. Like I said, I prefer high baseline stat monsters and then just kind of some mediocre abilities for those, as long as they don't lean into the territory of bad. Like, oh, Goblin Grout is the one we got. I like the look of the goblins a lot, or at least the look of his goblin across these games. I don't think it's ever changed necessarily, but we got the Rot Shroom there. I'm trying to see if there's a way we can do this without battling, but no such luck will battle whoever this goober is. It's about to give us flack. Time to bump. Get ready. Yikes. You shouldn't ask, but that's okay. I mean, that's kind of like, I think Pokemon even makes a joke about that at a certain point. I think maybe it might have even been as early as Emerald or something, but it's just like, I'm not going to ask how you feel about it, just battle me. Or maybe I'm thinking of a later one. I don't know. I'm pretty certain it was the early one, though. Yeah, we're pretty much one shot on all these guys. This guy was this guy has a really bad deck compared to ours. Now, he did play it well, though, even though I'm sure he didn't mean to. Yikes. In that he was able to block my wave cannon in the top left from doing anything. Alright, we're going to angle this a bit. We might pop. No, we didn't pop, but we did pop the Sacred Tome. I was hoping to kill that Mad Jester, but he was running a Mad Jester, and I don't even think he had any warrior allies to heal. I'm not sure. I don't really remember that fight. It was kind of a fever dream. And besides, this is beast bonuses here. What the hell are you doing? Oh well, it's floor 1. It's probably not that involved. Got a bumper for winning. Another Mad Jester. One of the worst ones in the one of the worst ones in the game, nearly. Nah, I guess it isn't the worst. What is the worst bumper? There's a lot of debate over what the best one is, I'm sure, but I have no idea what the worst one would be. Alright, time to bump up, Mr. Eliminator. An official Bumpers and Broadswords Stadium. That's some high-quality plastic. Amen. Kind of reminds me of the official Beyblade fields a little bit. Alright, Big Warrior Man. Damn, if we get... hopefully we win this, obviously, because I want to win, but I see a lot of good bumpers here, potentially. Dark Knight wouldn't be bad just because it has high starting stats, but really the sword is kind of where it's at. I don't know, or maybe the warrior would be good too. I want to see what the sword does. I know it gets a buff if it gets healed, but I don't remember what it does on the whole. Buff attack when healed. It already has pretty good stats just to start off with, I think. I'm gonna try and get as much damage done to that back line. Nah, we didn't get much anything done. Trade HP for attack. You gonna pop top left? No, he's trying to do a little combination there, but it isn't working out. Oh well, we're still way ahead here. All we have is a blocking guy and the Mad Jester who will heal if we pop him. Well, like if we try to split the damage here, but that's fine. I'm not doing that. Now, the Legion Guard. Oh, he's trying to bump up. Let's see. Legion Lord. All right, he made it. Okay, I remember this getting a bonus for, what was it, low HP? Deals 2 times damage to bumpers with low HP. Okay, I am going to send it into this. Yeah, I was a little bit worried that it would hit down there, but that's okay. I can live with that. I'm interested to see what he does next. That kills, which is sort of fine, because my thought was I'm just going to bump this up. So we could afford to play like a little bit not great there, I think. Okay, so he dealt 6 damage. That shouldn't be considered low health, I wouldn't think. It's half HP, if anything. All right. Oh, and we pop. That's not supposed to happen. He said, hey, I know I have 6 attack. If I got kind of lucky. I've been getting luckier on the attack rolls more than I've been getting unlucky. We got the broken blade. Now, I know I said I wanted that, but I think it has kind of shitty starting stats is my only thing. Now, I've got enough machine guys. I don't really think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm not going to overly worry myself on that. Let's go... I think let's go lean left this time. What is this floor? Machine floor. Oh, be mindful of the machine field bonus. Hey, at least we're running the right deck for this one, huh? So starting off, it looks like we'll have 2 mandatory encounters kind of per area, and we're getting buffs off the machine here. Is that a nano swarm in the top right? It kind of looks like it. I would say that that's probably the weakest one, is the nano swarm. I'm not sure how you would make this kind of 8-bit look better, but I don't know what that is. Okay, I think I see. It's like 3 orbs, kind of. Yeah, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it just looks bad in red, and it doesn't even look bad. Don't pay too much attention to that. It's just maybe it looks better in blue. All right, you didn't even get damage off of that. What are you doing, Buster Brown? All right, we'll completely obliterate that goblin and position ourselves in a nice place to combo here, as long as, yeah, he doesn't move one of the top left guys. Ooh. I don't think we could do... I was thinking, like, maybe we could threadish the needle. Oh my god, that actually worked. Having a 9/9 guy up in the top left is pretty good, but if I'm going to deal damage to the nano swarm, I have to focus on continuing to deal damage. And he put himself in a horrid fucking spot for us to... Or he left us in a horrid spot relative to him, you know. Alright, he says this isn't good. The last guy he has is his goblin, whose ability has already been expended. He's already gotten his heal, but I would say that doesn't matter. I don't know if you can bump up the goblin, maybe make it like a goblin king, maybe drop in like another bumper or something for him, or 2 bumpers. Yeah, that'd probably be a little too OP. Too many more bumpers would be too OP. I'd like to see maybe another one like the Gaiden. I thought it was cool to do like a little story-based thing, but at the same time, I would say as much as I liked it, I don't know. This guy is like, he has the fucking fundamentals down like crazy. He is so fucking talented, and like the first step of everything, he just blows it way out of the park. But all right, I don't know what this is actually. You're here to try out our trivia game. I hope you've been studying your bumpers. Talk to the machine to start. Oh my goodness. All right, time for the BumperCorp trivia game. Incorrect answers will result in battles. Question: Nanoswarm heals machine type allies. You are out of your complete fucking mind. BumperCorp thanks you for playing. Hey, thank you for making that one something I'm very knowledgeable about. Which bumper do we get? The Hexmaster. Inflicts fury status when attacking. It's got high move speed. I almost kind of want to slot that one in, but I don't think I'm going to. So the briefcase is super, super interesting. It has you do a mirror battle with yourself. It's the award I received 10 years ago. My investigation brought down a ruthless drug cartel. You remember that from the intro? So yeah, we do a battle with ourselves. There's only room for one, Callahan. I'll beat you and take your place, he says. All right, so a mirror match. We don't get a machine type attack bonus. I think we'll be fine here. Okay, so he gets a buff whenever he gets attacked, which is fine. charge cell is gradually filling up their meter. Battery bot's going to give them the buff that he gives. Wow, that was a crazy sort of decision out of all those to use. I kind of wonder sometimes, I couldn't even begin to guess how you would code a AI for a game like this. Like, is it just random and then you have a target like a bumper or what? But it seems like it kind of generally chooses like ones that it knows that it can knock out. Some of the other AIs seems a little bit more advanced, but like as far as like what I have as a basic understanding of the AI, it chooses like bumpers that it knows that it can pop whenever it aims for them. So we've got battery max here, and I crit, which was extremely lucky. I don't know why I'm getting so lucky during this Let's Play. I was hoping it would be at least a little bit harder, a little closer, but hey, I got a bumper for winning. I believe it is a copy of one that we already have, and it is the charge cell. Not very good, especially to get a copy of. Okay, so this guy here, the orange guy, is a gate battle. So we have to battle him to get through and go up to the next... to go up to the final boss of this area, the Eliminator. So magic people get a buff. I'm gonna try and slide in as I usually do. She somehow got a she got a debuff from that was a cursed doll. I didn't realize even what I was popping there. Agony's armor equips himself to our battery bot and causes him to debuff, but he immediately debuffs everybody else. Or he immediately buffs everybody else. I'm not sure if I said buff or debuff. That was probably the easiest game I've had yet. Equip guys are... I'll probably never run an equip guy. I like equipping to give attack bonuses, but yeah, you think I'm going to use agony armor? I was just talking about equip pogs. No, I'll probably like never use equips, even in subsequent playthroughs. They're like really bad. Equips plus magic. Oh my god, I almost want to throw up. Okay, so beast battle here. Bumpers of the beast type get a field power bonus, of course. You wait till I get that machine power bonus, baby. Okay, so charge cell is giving us a bump up, and then battery bot's giving us our machine boost. That's good. Battery bot is able to do kind of what the field does, which is why I kind of like him a little bit. So like, you know, his field got a +1. It gave everything a +1/+1 bonus. Battery bot does the same kind of thing, which I kind of appreciate in battery bot. That's why I like him so much on the machine team. All right, watch and learn. My move. All right, so you managed to pop battery bot just by lucky odds. All right, I might be able to pop both of these. Whoa, we got one for sure. Oh my god, I don't even know how I did it there. You know, I'm sure that there's like a certain simplistic nature to... I don't actually know what that guy does. Simplistic nature to the calculation of the angles in this, but I'm like so bad at anything else that's angle oriented. Beast allies destroyed in its place. Well, you're a little late for that one, Buster Brown. The other Viper you had might have been better at this point because it reduces our attack whenever we attacked it, so... Oh well, my last bumper? This is impossible. What, an eliminator lose? You're gonna have to get used to it whenever you play against me. Alright, I don't know. I think it's fun to be a little bit cocky in a game like this. And it's as funny to be cocky in something like this as it is to get humbled. It's a little funny. Alright, so we are star rank 3. Got a bumper for winning. It is the Brain Eater. Well, shit, I don't want that. I've been out-bumped. Go, face your next challenge. Maybe we get a VIP battle? I forget if those are even possible. Let's see, we've got like an egg head, which I'm thinking might be different than just a normal trade encounter. I'm gonna go to it and see what it is actually. Bumper added to supply. It's the Rod Shroom. This is a warrior floor obviously, but I wonder what the boss is gonna end up being. Because right now, warriors are probably going to be the hardest one to deal with. And then I'm hoping that machines really won't be that difficult. I haven't had yet to change my deck here at all, so I'm really lucky for that. Okay, starting us off here. If I could get that 9-11 guy, I might take him. Alright, so we got our buff there. If I could maybe focus the guy on the right, then hit the top guy, whoa, we did all kinds of stuff there. And we sacrificed basically that bumper, and he got debuffed because it's reduced when attacking his attack. I think I could maybe make something happen here. Okay, we popped one and didn't pop the one that would have been troublesome to pop, the cursed doll. Alright, you just stay back, battery bot, and let me kind of handle things here for a second. I'm gonna probably bump up somebody if it's in the cards, maybe. I don't know. I'd much rather win than get a bump up. And he only dealt 1 damage there for some reason. No clue why. All right. And we got a critical hit off there. You know something funny? In the first-gen Pokemon games, your crit was actually determined by how much faster you were than your opponent. I don't know. I don't think that's the case here, obviously, but that's an interesting tidbit. In Pokemon Yellow, I think Gen 1, I don't know any other games, but I know for Pokemon Yellow, because I was getting crits like crazy, and I did get that bumper I was talking about. I almost want to equip it. We'll see if I can get a warrior joint going. Okay, so we're going to grab a bumper here. That's my next thought. We'll grab whatever this bumper is. It is the Rotwalker. Ooh, I like the look of it. It looked like a ghoul kind of melting, but having said that, I'm not going to use it. Oh, there's a scientist guy. Hey, if it means I don't have to battle. Now, what are you considering trading? Wave cannon for ghost sword? No, sir. I do not want that. All right, anything in the trash can? Which bumper did we get? The foul slime. Still not a very good one. Don't really like beasts much at all. I'm sure you've got that feeling already. Okay, so we're in a server room of some kind. Want me to hack into BumperCorp? Maybe I can tip the odds of the battle in your favor. Okay, I forgot about this. He starts off, I think so. Let's see, he's got to bypass the firewall. Oops, I made your bumpers lose attack when entering battle. Oh, that's a chance thing? That's bad. The other time when I played, he actually made it so that our bump up meter started a little bit higher than normal. Damn it. Okay. Well, this is really fucking bad that I'm going to go in debuffed. Oh, man. Especially to an eliminator battle. Please be machines. That's all I'm going to ask. Don't make it warrior and I'll be fine. All right. It's time to show you why we're eliminators. Okay, you are a machine. That at least gives us a fighting chance. So machines are all going to get a buff. And then whenever my next turn comes by, we'll get a buff. What is this one? Titan Fist. So he's got the Titan build here. Now, I don't have nearly as good bumpers as I did whenever I fought this Titan last time, but we should still be okay. Damn, that's going to give him a boost, that bumper, a battery bumper there, too. That kind of sucks, but what can you do? He's healing stuff there also. I was about to say, if he moves anything besides those top left ones, I should be fine. Okay, so everybody got a buff off the battery, dude. Damn it, though. Damn it. I'm going to probably have to pop this thing here, or else he's going to make that fucking top bot unmanageable. And I mean, he's still already kind of there. Oh, and you just tried to bump up? What a fool. And is that shield won't let me do any damage, right? Guards ally Titan Buster from attacks. Oh, wow. I still got to attack this guy on the left, so maybe we can, like, push him out of the way. That's crazy that just straight up blocks that. You imagine if you had two of those down, two of those shields down? That's probably the ultimate build there. Okay, I don't think we'll pop. Oh my god, we popped. What the hell? Okay, as long as he doesn't win like a bump up here. Okay, stand back. My bump up means it's curtains for you. Titan final. Okay, no matter what, if we don't attack him, we should be fine. I think I'm just literally going to go slow as possible and move. Pick one. Which one do you want to destroy there, Eliminator? What? Only one left? What if he's, like, somehow killed both of us at the exact same time? That would have been crazy. I know that there's literally no possible way that could happen, but, hey, stranger things have happened, I guess. So we got a bumper. We got the Titan Buster. That might be worth just slotting in for its high stats alone. But what to slot in for it is the question. Let's look at our bumpers, because I couldn't imagine you could ever full build that. I think I'm going to slot it in over scrap. You know what I'm going to do? I wanted it in slot 3, so I'm going to put... oh man, I hate fucking navigating this. Wait, that's Titan Final. Oh, yeah. Titan Buster. And then I'm going to put that other machine one that we had on the... Well, you know what? I'll put it on the right, actually. I'm going to just change this whole shit around because I rarely use the full left or full right, guys. It's always the second or third slot that I like to use, so... Alright. I must have missed it somewhere along the way. Noble Squires, I need to slow down just a little bit, I think, and take a look here. Okay, Wave Cannon. Right, it's not affected by debuffs. Yeah, it has pretty good stats. And then I'm gonna, I don't know, you know what, fuck it, actually. I don't think I'm gonna do the bump up. I think I'm gonna just put 2 wave cannons. So which path do I want here? I want the right side. I want the most options available to me, right? Or do I want the left side? Because that also has, you know what, I actually want the left side. I want all those options available to me. So this last floor is probably going to be the hardest one, the warrior one. We're going to see how our new bumpers work here on this. Oh, he's an advanced battler. I'm interested to see. Oh, he starts off with 3 attack. That's really not good. But battery bot will buff it up to 4. I don't think it was the call bringing him there, but these other like wave cannons were definitely the call. They're the way to go. Man, I'm not like well, you know, another thing though that I just thought about, I could keep him around to bump him up and instantly take out anything that's a very big problem. There's a bit of a problem in that, even though, is that like if he's the last bumper, what happens? I'm sure it's definitely not a friendly situation. Okay, let's start with the mirror. Okay, we crit both of them, thank God too. Alright, this isn't good. Is he going to try and bump up, I wonder? I don't think so, but... So he'll block the first attack, so I might as well use this guy. Alright, he blocked... And I like that this guy has a lot of HP, too. It's just, yeah... Okay, so he threaded the needle. I still think that we're fine. Alright, down to 2. And, I mean, if he bumps up, I might just bump up mine just to see kind of what happens. Alright, so he's at 3... And then I'm sure I'm not going to lose. I guess crit could probably happen and always ruin my day, or the numbers could end up screwing me, but alright. So we can swap that out. I really don't think that Titan guy's the way to go. I think I'm going to swap him out. He's kind of he's dead in the water there. I don't really want him. Yes, swap out Titan Buster. He's got a little bit too low of attack for me to like very much. I'm going to put in... Now, what was this? Drain Cell? Oh, drains the opponent's bump up meter. Nah, I'm good. Whoa, I have a Nano Swarm? Fuck yes. I will take that any day of the week. That's a very powerful bumper. Self-heal, 8-3, and it'll get 8-4. Oh, he just tried to bump up, and Support Mage gave him a full bump up meter. Alright, well that means we will have bump up to deal with here very shortly. I guess his attack kind of sucks, but I still think we're going to be fine. Okay, we threaded the needle, that's good. He blocked that second attack that I was able to, or I tried to do on him. Alright, he's going for bottom right. Maybe, you know what, our pogs might be permanently debuffed, now that I'm thinking about it. I thought maybe they were just debuffed for that floor, but now that I've kind of looked at it, I don't think that's the case. Damn, and if that is the case, I'm going to pretty well have to go to one of those scientists and have him rehack my shit, because, in hope that it works out, because right now, being debuffed in this sense is like really hurting us, our attack not being nearly as high. We're actually probably kind of lucky that we won that last Eliminator fight. Thankfully, this is the last fight we need to do before, like, I have a lot of buffing options available to my deck, so, yeah, we're all good here. That Support Mage isn't nothing. I mean, if she could bump up, it might be a problem, but I really don't think that she can, so... Alright, just go ahead and finish this character off. Nice, darn. That was a close one, if you say so, my friend. Alright, got a bumper for winning. It's the Legion Guard. Oh, should I swap to Legions? Now, really, with the, or not Legions, but Warriors. I'm already coming off of that idea quickly because, with the attack down stat. Okay, so we have a guy here who will want to, or he could potentially buff us. Let's go to him and then see. Let's hope we get lucky. Okay, want me to hack in the BumperCorp? Maybe I can tip the battle odds in your favor. Yes, please. I wonder if it's a 50-50 shot. So he's got to pass the firewall. I boosted your initial bump up meter amount. Hey, thanks. That's good. That's good. I didn't bother to check the trash. That's okay though. I want to see if we can't get another egghead to bump up our meter here. Want me to hack into BumperCorp? Okay, let's see if we get lucky a third time. Ladies and gentlemen, coin flip time. Ah, shit. I increased enemy bumpers attack. Man, you guys are fucking me so hard. Alright, bumpers added to supply. We got a nimble spy. God dang it. Well, we've got a trivia here at least. Hopefully it's not too difficult. Time for the BumperCorp trivia game. Incorrect answers result in battles. The question, Heartbane prevents all healing? I'm going to say no. Okay, because it's probably talking about ally health too there, and I don't think it blocks that. The Cursed Clown inflicts sleep on nearby bumpers if destroyed. He's got high attack and move speed. I'm going to slot that in for something, I think. Damn, but should I though? Because battery bot's kind of big in terms of keeping us in the fight. I think we're in trouble for this next fight. I really do. Our bump up is kind of the only thing I could imagine keeping us in the fight. So, alright, take it easy on me. Oh, and these are going to be warriors too. Fuck. And if we've got the big warrior guy that was carrying me through all that shit before, I might be in trouble. No, this is magic. What the fuck? Did I get 2 magics in this run? Alright. Starting off with increased attack, Spellstone's ability, he gets, of course, a buff off of that. Alright, so my thought, I really need to take advantage of attacking as many times as possible in a turn. So we got a crit there, that's really good. Our bump up meter started at 30%, we're going up to 40% there. I can pop this. Alright, let's do that and then see what they do from there. Maybe they'll pop that bottom right guy. Yeah, okay. We've been kind of lucky on attack rolls so far not to get too screwed. Alright, we're full sending wave cannon. Oh, he blocked it. It lets nearby magic allies guard against an attack. That's tough. Okay, we got extremely lucky off those rolls there. Watch out, I activate bump up. Oh, not ghost hammer. Although, to be fair, nobody has full HP. At least not right this very second. If I bump somebody up, maybe. Holy fuck, everybody has so high stats right now. Can I bump up Nano Swarm? No. I could bump that up. He pops my shit. Nah. I think we're fucked. Look at these stats. I've been talking so much about how high stats are so important. I bet he pops that top guy. Nope. Ghost Hammer's ability dealt double damage there. Oh, and okay, wait a sec. We might still be in this fight just barely. My only thing is, I'm gonna bump up, right? And then I'll be at full HP is my only problem. Fuck. Alright, 12-6. Maybe he just won't deal too much damage. Oh man, that's just not good. What if I do, like, if I can slide hit this and hit the other guy, that at least leaves us livable. Alright, oh, I didn't slide hit, but I did hit the other guy. Oh, he's gonna fucking delete me off this. 7 times 2. Okay, we're at 9. Deals double damage to guys with full HP. I can pop here, but I can't win unless I get a lucky ass crit. No, and I didn't even get a pop there, so fuck. Man, why was I moving so slow? Oh, alright, I'll be back whenever I'm at fucking Eliminator 4. 1 second. Alright, we're back here. I have a pretty similar deck, but a way different kind of approach. So we got 2 scrap soldiers, 1 wave cannon, 1 battery bot. I have 3 hacks that are in my favor, none against me. It gave me bump up, meter up, attack up, and HP up. So we're actually going into this final fight here like incredibly fucking powerful. I couldn't see a way that we would lose, and I was about to say, if it's a machine and I get a buff off that, oh my god, it's even easier. So I would like to read and see what Woeful Wing does. I think it just said that it reduced enemies' attack, but let me make double sure. Debuff enemies' attack when attacking. Gotcha. But anyway, yeah, you can see my guys' stats are just like so crazy powerful right now, and I managed to get 2 attacks off there. He'll probably focus the guy he can kill. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit more able to read the AI a little bit, which is getting kind of interesting. I don't know, it kind of draws the curtain back a little bit here, so to say. Okay, so he was able to bump up there, which is unfortunate and fine at the same time. I'm gonna bump off this guy, probably get reduced attack. Yeah, or no, why didn't I? I'm pretty sure he got it reduced attack, or that was his ability. But anyway, this guy puts everybody to sleep who's nearby. Hopefully I'll wake up before too long, but I've got these other bumpers who can do just fine until he gets woken up. So and another one's asleep. Hey, I mean, I've got another one I could use for the time being anyway. And I'm going to be able to pop him. Yep, thank goodness. I was sure that my attack was high enough, right? That guy was asleep, but now he's awake. Oh my god, he's bumping up again to Miasma, was it Rage? Alright, he's a 13-5. It's kind of unfortunate that he was able to get a third bump up. So here's 3 fucking rares that he's been able to use this game. If he does attack us, though, we'll get an attack and move speed buff. So I guess there's that at least. And we're still slated to win, you know. Only 2 damage, and we got buffed off of that, so, alright. Yep, we are slated to win. I'm sure like I said, this is as far as I ever made it. I only ever made it to rank 4. So I'm kind of interested to see what, like, probably the Tower Titan, right, from here. I got the rare Woeful Wing there, that's nice. I've been out-bumped. Go, face your next challenge. Yeah, probably the Tower Titan here. I don't think there's any, I was just thinking, like, maybe there's something I wanted to do or wanted to look at or something, but I think I was wrong at the end of the day. I see one guy ahead, and I know that there's sort of a path over here, so I'm going to see if there's any way to, no, that's a mandatory battle there, so might as well take this one, which is closer to the exit. You know, just trying to minimize how many chances we have to lose here. So this is an advanced strategy of some description. I'm not overly worried. Like I said, we've got an incredible kind of, you know, deck and buffs, but the buffs are really the things that are kind of carrying us. Battery bot is nice because it gives all of our guys +1/+1, and then they've got like already buffs from the hacking that scientist has done for me. So our bump up meter starting at 30% allows me to just get rid of that like whatever that battery charger thing was that was bumping up our bump up meter. We should be able to kill. We're at 9 attack. Yeah, it kind of seems like the higher our attack is, the more chance it has to be something else. And I was thinking about this. Like, he's included the randomness in, the guy who's made this game has included it in 3 games. So here's kind of like my counter concession, like my idea. I wish whenever my turn started, I knew how much damage that bumper would do, even if it was not the attack that it said on the bumper. That's the only thing that I don't like in terms of randomness, is not knowing how much attack that the bumpers are actually going to do. All right, so speaking of bumpers, what do you want from me? Feeling lucky? I can unlock that gate for you, let you reach that rare bumper behind it if you're willing to pay the price. No. Normally, I'm willing to do something like that, but, you know what? I'm sure, well, no, it's probably gonna debuff me. I don't give a fuck what's back here, honestly. Sorry. I know it probably eats at people to not know what that was, but, it's not happening. We're too close to being able to win. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I see the Tower Titan there, and one more. Oh, I got one of these earlier. This is a cosmic one, I think. Bumper added to supply. It's the Star Dragon. Whoa, per turn, drain cosmic allies for HP and attack. That is almost worth slotting in because of how fucking powerful that is, because I do actually have another cosmic one of these. Let me see if I can show it off. I grabbed it earlier on in this run, I think. I don't think I died on this one. Let's see. Looking for Warrior Magic. No. That's the beast. We got 2 beasts. There's a cosmic, a Star Dragon. Maybe it was in because I died before I got to rank 4 there. Maybe I was mistaken and thinking, yeah, I think we're back to the charge stuff. So no, I'm mistaken. That would be a shitty one to slot in. But yeah, if you end up here on the roof whenever you go to select a bumper, it's probably a cosmic guy. Alright, so we're taking the elevator up here to battle the Tower Titan. I wonder if this one will be more difficult than that fake executive that we had before, but I think we're at the very top here, so there's no need for words. Callahan, let your bumpers resonate with your soul. Alright, so he is an expert. He's a rogue Titan, not the Tower Titan. This looks kind of similar to a build I had earlier. What, you net decking me, boss? No, of course not. I'm just messing around. So he was able to guard against some of my attacks there, which was kind of unfortunate, or at least a attack. And yes, we got our battery. What's this guy called? The battery buff there. I would like to. Actually, you know what? I could probably get the most done if I just do a little something like that. There we go. I didn't quite get an attack off on the sentry like I thought I would, but That's okay. We might be able to kill here. Yep, we got the sentry gun. I really don't like that time guy a lot. His chance to like slow you down is very, very slow, very low, which I can appreciate. But oh man, the times that he does slow you down, yeah, chance to cut launch speed of enemy bumper. Oh my god, it's a nightmare. Anyway, I'm gonna. Oh no, you son of a bitch! I knew if I talked about it, I would get screwed. But at least we got our attack off. That's fine. So he popped there. I could bump up this guy, but I don't think I'm going to. Bump up and then all my machine guys get another buff off of that. I could do it now. You know what? Let's do it and secure this victory. Okay, and we dealt damage to that guy in the top right. So whenever it's our turn again, we'll all our machine guys besides battery max will get a buff. Yeah, so now we've got a 10, 8, 7, 10. All right. Oh no, we got slowed down again, you bastard. At least now you know why I hate it. And it's so funny, like the one game that it's kind of like able to fuck me the most, it kind of has. I haven't been so unlucky to have it happen twice on one game before. Most of the time it just never happens, but the rare time that it does, oh my goodness. Alright, so that has been that. Callahan, you put your trust in the heart of the bumpers. Wow. It's an odd feeling. I don't feel sad that I lost. In fact, I feel pretty happy. Happy to witness the rise of a Bumper Broadswords champion. Wow. And is that the end of the roguelike mode? I'm a little bit surprised if so. The end. Huh. Wow, that was kind of anticlimactic a little bit. Do we unlock anything at the main menu, maybe? Probably not, right? But we'll have to see just to make sure once we get back to the main menu here. Huh. Well, that's cool. I still had a good time. Roguelike would be still fun to just kind of run back through if you wanted to do some challenge modes or something. Maybe like pick the shittiest bumpers that you have every time that you pick up a bumper. You can change your deck to do that. I don't know. Anyway, Bumpers and Broadswords is a real cool game series. Like I said, I have it down in the description. I'm going to link this guy's gaming profile, and then I'll probably put all the Let's Plays that I've done for this yet, because these are real fun games. But yeah, you should play them for yourself if you like them, and if you like don't like them but you do like GBA games that kind of look like this, he makes so many games in the old styles. Even N64, he's got a couple of those too. So yeah, definitely check this guy out. I don't normally give people like kind of like sterling reviews like that. Like you know, I kind of like their whole catalog. I like his, but a lot of them just aren't really something that I would even let's play. That's why I was glad to play Bumpers and Broadswords here, because it hit a criteria that allowed me to play it and show it to more people. Anyway, I'm not trying to blow smoke up anybody's ass, no less my own, but that's it for Bumpers and Broadswords Maximum. We played it all the way through, and that's it for us. I will see you guys all next week. Later.